Started out on live, man, that was the play. Streaming every night, building up the sway. But as the site faded, I had to find my way. Now I'm hopping platforms, surfing through the fray. Got my crew behind me, yeah, we call them givers. Chillin' IRL, catching all the rivers. Farkle in the chat, bringing lost to the grind. Talking crypto games while we sippin' Jack Fine. Gives a minute, yeah, we take our time. Living in the moment, the life's a subtle wine. From the land down under, streaming through the night. New Zealand's vibes, surfing waves day to night. Always looking for the next thrill, that's where I ignite. Community so solid, always shining bright. Rolling, rolling deep and cruising for the height. From the struggle to the stream, it's all just a game. But with the giver found, we're making our name. Tracking crypto profits, life just gets sweeter. Every view and every stream, making life a keeper. Give us a minute, yeah, we take our time. Living in the moment, life's a subtle wine. From the land down under, streaming through the night. Got my heart on my sleeve, everything feels right. So here's to the journey, no regrets in sight. Each laugh and each tear, it's a beautiful fight. Keep the wave rolling, let the good vibes flow. We're the givers, together in the show. Gives a minute, yeah, we take our time. Living in the moment, the life's a subtle wine. From the line down under, streaming through the night. Got my heart on my sleeve, everything feels right. Flip the script, it's how we play a game. From start to the next time, chasing fame. With the year behind me, changing the scene. So through the internet, living out the dream. Got my acoustic strum, curing and chill for cracking jokes. Go stop the thrill. In the land of Kiwis, we ride the waves. Our own streams phone, no better days. Gives a minute, yeah, we take our time. Living in the moment, the life's a subtle rhyme.
Hello, the internet. It is Saturday, the 9th of May, 2026, and welcome back to the channel. Hey, and welcome back to All Things Working As They Should. Valora seems fine. Farkle like you mean it. Daleski's first to the channel stream. I did notice that the alert that came up was not quite stating the... It didn't have the correct text. I'm not too sure. I'll look into why that is. But yeah, everything seems good right now. Farkle like you mean it. Let's, well, I want to talk about the CyberLandr. So shall we knock that off first, or shall we talk a little Valora first? I'm excited by Valora, and I'm excited to see how this latency is going to go. Are we on FTL? I think we are. I mean, there's no indication that it's not on. So beamstream.gg, beta rollout of faster than light transcoding. That was a little hiccup yesterday. A couple of little sketchified commencements. A lot of people had a lot of issues, myself included. It seems to have rolled out smoothly now. It's been 24 hours, and I think everyone that's using it is now back to normal. Daleski, your stream, your rules. Where have we heard that before? Hellbent for leather. Hello all. Hello Hellskis. Just a reminder, second place is still up for grabs. Second place to the stream. You're in the Valora chat. That's the spot you got to go. Go in there and claim second slot skins. Okay, you got here second. There it is. Nice. Appreciate you. Yeah, like I said, not exactly sure what that does, but you got it. Yeah, see, it says this is their first time claiming prize in brackets, so there's some coding. Looks like an extra set of parentheses there. But that's cool. I'm stoked it's all working. So let's knock off the CyberLandr first, because are you aware of what the CyberLandr is? We followed this on the initial launch. So,
ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
There's a new one. A few new ones out there. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. Mr. Saddam Hussein when he was gotten. Yeah, I've been busy with the alerts, dude. There are a bunch. There's got to be at least 20 new ones in there, maybe more. So have fun with those. Jake, if you're watching, calm down before you come up. I want you to down before you go up. So Cybertruck, that was announced pre-COVID, 2019. 2019, right? I feel like Cybertruck was announced when the infamous ball went through the bulletproof glass. I feel like that was 2019. And not long after, this company, CyberLandr, brought out the concept of this build-on onto the back of a Cybertruck. Would basically convert your Cybertruck into a caravan or a camper van. Now, their website's been updated. They are still taking pre-orders. The question is, though, where is their... Have you got to drag it? This has all changed. Okay, website's a little...
America is a nation that can be defined in a single word. I was going to excuse me.
Hey, Biden, that's not one single word, dude. That's more than one word by a lot. So, yeah, this is what this was. I haven't been on this website for a while, but the idea is solid, right? Like, it all packs into the back of the Cybertruck, and the incredibility of it. I mean, look, this is all just a render. The Cybertruck is well and truly out there. It's out, right? A lot of people own Cybertrucks. This thing hasn't seen the light of day from what I can tell. Begging the question, is it a scam? Is this a scam? Invisible induction cooktop, innovative sink. One of the main things was it's got rotating water supply, so the water just keeps circulating through. You can have a never-ending supply of clean water for showers. Smart TV with surround sound, and it all pops out of the back of the Cybertruck. So the idea of it, let's be clear, the idea of that was so sick, right? Not that I would want to buy a Cybertruck, hell-bent for leather. Cybertruck is a joke. Well, for some people it's not. For some people it's a great invention. My point is, it took a long while for Elon to bring the Cybertruck to reality, and even he missed his mark, you know? Like, it was supposed to be like $30,000 or something, and then it went up to like 50,000 or something. It didn't match what he said it would be. But this device, the CyberLandr, has been taking pre-orders forever. And my point is, it's 2026. Where is this product?
What to do, everybody?
What to do? Where is this product? What, like, if you put down your cold hard, where is the product? Let's ask our favorite machine, the Chat GPT. Let me just ask a general style question. Give me the latest on the cyber. It's got a funny spelling. CyberLandr. Landr. Give me the latest on the CyberLandr. Searching the web, the short version, the CyberLandr project still appears to technically exist, but there is still no verified evidence of customer deliveries as of May 2026. Here's where things stand right now. The official website is still live and still taking orders. That's what we were just on that website. Are they still taking orders? Order. Yeah. Let's make this larger. Order. It's $54,000. I mean, that's more than the initial launch price of the freaking Cybertruck. 54 grand. Production is planned for late 2024 or early 2025. It's now arguably end of first quarter 2026. Something is afoot here, dudes. Like, heavens above. Oh, my bad. I just opened up a second instance of that. Well, hang on, it'll be behind it. Yeah, there you go. So the official website is still live, still taking order. You'd have to be dumb to place an order for this. Their public-facing material still promises the same ultra-compact pop-up camper concept for the Cybertruck with the kitchen, shower, toilet, Starlink integration, retractable roof, etc. That's $54K in the US, so likely 75. Yeah, dude, this is an expensive edition. They can keep that crap, hellbent. Yeah. Their YouTube page and press pages mostly contain content from 2021 to 2023 with very little progress. Let's take a look at that because I did bring up their YouTube channel. This is the official CyberLandr channel. This is crazy. The last upload is a 44-second upload from 2 years ago. I mean, these guys have just run with the money, surely, right? These guys have just ran off with the money. And there's got to be a class action lawsuit coming for this. They're done, right? They're dusted. Community discussions are increasingly skeptical because there still isn't widespread owner videos. I mean, I don't think it's a product, right? There's no production footage. There's no VIN linked installs. So there's nothing been added to any Cybertrucks. Not all ideas are good ones. This is true. And there's no independent reviews from actual customers. The biggest issue is timing. CyberLandr was announced before the Cybertruck itself existed in production form. This was true, yeah, they did that. Imagine doing that, dudes. Imagine putting out a product or the concept of a product based upon someone else's product. Imagine taking orders for a thing that doesn't exist based on a thing that doesn't exist. You'd have, sorry, not sorry. If you put your money down for this, you've obviously got too much of it. That's a dumb move, right? You're putting your money down for a product that literally has to work on a product that doesn't even exist yet. What are we doing? Who did that? Dumb indeed. Yeah, man. Dumb to put money down for that. Then the Cybertruck launched later than expected. This is true. That's true to form with Elon, most of Elon's stuff, right? Tesla changed dimensions so that I mean that's kind of funny, right? Because CyberLandr built up all of their internal documents and scales and possibly production demo models, prototypes, and then Cybertruck just went, actually, it's going to be a little different. We're going to make it a little smaller or a little bigger or a little wider or a little narrower. I don't know what it was, but we're not going to do what we said we would. And so if you've built something based on that, bad luck. Hellbent.
I'm not like some madman.
I'm not like some madman. Yeah. I'll get swollen head. He'll start thinking he's the voice of reason. I am? Kind of like buying Huck Tour. I stand on buying Huck Tour. I'll go down with the ship. By the way, once we've finished CyberLandr, we can hang out and have a chat if you want, or a call in or something. I got one homebrew left. I found a homebrew that I didn't bottle in a glass long neck bottle, like a 7-ounce one. I found a plastic soft drink bottle. Anyway, I've got it in the fridge. So there is one homebrew left. And I'll happily drink that and then tell you why I'm not such a bad guy for buying Huck Tour coin and Trump token and losing everything. And I'll also throw in their hex. And I'll also add that I bought a little extra hex last weekend. I did. I bought a little extra hex last weekend. It's so freaking cheap, man. That could have been the greatest move ever or the dumbest move or the addition to the dumbest sets of moves I've made. I've made a few of them over the crypto journey. I've made good moves, though. All right, okay. Let's bring it back to CyberLandr. I'm not like some madman. I am some madman. Timing. So the Cybertruck launched later. The camper industry got hit with manufacturing and funding pressure. Back in 2022, there was evidence that at least they had a working prototype. Nah, there wasn't. There was no evidence. They didn't have one. They just said they did. If they had one, they would have shown it, right? Even skeptical reviewers admitted it looked more real than they originally thought. This is from a website called Truck Camper Magazine in June of 2022. Let's take a look at that. So Bannon invests in worthless shit because it's cheap, confirmed. Don't distract me. Somehow I still believe in old mate Richard. I still believe in the bald fat dude. Actually, he's not bald. He's got a lovely set of hair. You know, if he went bald, that would make it even worse, right? This guy can't even grow hair. He's not bald, though. Could this happen? By Gordon White. Look at it. Just a box. So let's take a look at this on YouTube because I reckon this is super old. 4 years ago, dude. Exclusive reveal. If this was and we've watched this, dudes. We watched this. We're not going to watch it again. You can't win me over because you got a surfboard behind you, buddy. We watched you already once. This stuff. Yeah, we watched this. If this was real, 4 years have gone by, we'd have one out there in the wild by now. There'd be one out there, right? If this was real. So what's happened to this business, man? They've taken the money and gone, ta-ta. But in 2026, the internet is still missing the thing everyone expects from a real RV product launch. Owner walkthroughs, campground sightings, yeah, true. Delivery announcements, independent press reviews, retail support discussion pages, or mass production footage. The absence is what keeps the is it real conversation alive. Current vibe is it's not proven fake, and I'm not here to say it is either. I'm just saying it looks phony baloney. It definitely had prototype development, still officially alive, but there is no strong evidence of scaled production or real-world deliveries as of yet. Honestly, it's become a bit of a legend in the Cybertruck community at this point. Half moonshot engineering, half vaporware. Let's take a look. Has anyone actually received one? This is the beautiful thing about ChatGPT, even though it gets shit wrong all the time. As of May 2026, I cannot find credible evidence that any regular customer has actually received one. Unbelievable. Why'd you tease me like that, GPT? You really did get me going there. What happened to the crowdfunding investor money? Where did the money go? This is where the story does get murky. There is no strong public evidence that CyberLandr ran off with the money. Well, where the hell is it? In the classic scam sense, but there's also very little transparency about where the funding ultimately went or what remains of the company's operational status. Here's the clearest picture I can piece together. They raised money in... How much money did they raise, by the way? They did it in multiple ways. Reservations, deposits, pre-orders, crowdfunding style community investment, outside investors. So the three different options. A lot of discussion online confuses pre-orders with equity crowdfunding. These are legally different. Okay. The company behind the CyberLandr, Minimus. Okay, that's the company. They were associated with fundraising tied to WeFund and Reg CF style investment structures. What likely happened? The most plausible explanation is less rug pull and more prototype development burned heaps of... Well, but hang on a second. Hang on. Rewind. If this is still a thing, right? If this is still going, wouldn't the company have contacted everybody that did partake in the pre-order and updating them? Like there'd be discussion forums on the internet, there'd be Reddit groups, there'd be Discord servers, and people that did lay down their money would be saying, "Oh no, we're getting updates." Isn't that what would happen? Instead, we're relying on ChatGPT to scrape the internet, and it's not really pulling back much. It's not finding much. So if the company is still hard at work doing the thing, they would be telling, because I'm sure at $54,000 fucking dollars, sorry to swear, but it felt legitimate to put down an F-bomb in front of 54,000, right? 54 grand, that's a substantial chunk of change that you've gone in and said, oh, wait a second. You only had to put $100 in. Okay, rewind. Nobody paid 54 grand, I don't think. You put in 100 and then your balance was 53,000 whatever to make up the total. And you know what happens there? Usually you put in the hundy and then a few years goes by and they say, oh, by the way, it's actually going to be 64,000 because someone pulled a war in the Middle East and everything went up. You know what I'm saying? So if you're in, you're in. And if you are in, somebody's got to be relaying info to you, surely. Yo, Flowski, how you doing, man? What's up, Flo? What's up? I hate these phony products that never release. So far, I haven't invested in any Kickstarter type things. Yeah, what did I get stung for on Kickstarter? Oh, no, I can't tell you. Something. Rewind. I do also hate that. They took on investor money and went on an extended vacay for years. Yo, Netski's over here. Lightspeed test. Hello. You might have done that before. I'm parched as bro. So, what are people worried about? The concern now is lack of communication. Yeah, that's my next question. My next question is, by the way, is that background music too loud? It feels louder all of a sudden to me. Has there been any communications? Sounds 5x5. Is it not too loud in the mix? Okay, cool. Communications. Netskis, I think it's faster than it used to be for what it's worth. Thanks, man. Not too loud? Okay, cool. It might just be my Kansas that it's a bit loud. Has there been any communications from Minimus? Was that what they called? I'll just say from CyberLandr to deposit holders? Is that what you'd call them? No, to people who put deposits down. What are they called? Suckers. People who paid deposits. There must be emails, right? There must be emails, right? Am I right? Yeah, logically, there's almost certainly were emails sent at various stages, especially order confirmation.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying? Oh my God, stop fucking lying.
This is the theme song for this. That's a new one too, but that I can't believe we haven't had that one in before. That's a classic meme, and it's you can use that. Why the fuck you lie? You can use that so many times on the internet. But I guess they are lying. Stop fucking lying. Logically, there almost certainly were emails sent at various stages, especially order confirmations, reservation receipts, marketing updates, periodic product progress emails. You don't raise that much hype and collect deposits without running at least a basic CRM email pipeline, customer retention. But here's where the weird part, almost none of those emails have surfaced publicly. That is weird, man. You know what that tells me? If those emails aren't surfacing and it's now 2026 and we still don't have any indication that this is going to happen, that yeah, that tells me that not many, if any at all, actually put in for it. That's what that tells me. Because let's say out of, I don't know, take a random guess of people. How many? 300, 400, 500? I don't know. Like the Cybertruck was kind of up and down. People thought it was the greatest thing ever. People thought it was the dumbest thing ever. It was very polarizing. So I think that not a lot of people...
At ID Digital Agency, we're not perfect, but we're aware. You can listen to a past episode or get in touch with us over at ID Digital.
There's nothing AI about that. That was completely human. Jay, I'd love to put money into your company because you are a real person. Very, very real. But you're not perfect. So, yeah. So there wasn't a great deal of interest. And if these emails don't appear anywhere, is it because not many got sent? Maybe the only people that did drop a deposit were like friends of the crew that were making it. And so they've like possibly signed NDAs or something, and they're just like, I'm not going to show you the email. I don't know. I mean, give me at least one email, right? There should be one out there. Why is there not even one? What does this seem likely? Early reservation holders probably received at least automated transactional emails. There may have been. There's no way that there's not emails on the internet. Give me one email, man. There has to be at least one email from a early deposit holder that has leaked. Search deep and wide, my friend. My AI bot. Flowski, I don't even know why rich people would buy it. It looks cheap, chintzy, cheap, small, all negatives, way overpriced. It's like the TARDIS, though. It gets bigger as you open it, you get in. Not really. Okay, I went digging properly. So all this time you haven't been doing proper research, ChatGPT. Why would you put yourself down on that? The answer is surprisingly still almost nothing concrete. What I did find, confirmation that CyberLandr absolutely has a pre-order reservation system. Yeah, you can see that on their website. References to reservation holders on the official FAQ. Referral programs tied to reservation. Jeez. Okay, I'm not referring it. Don't think I am. Support contact infrastructure for customers. That means emails unquestionably existed. Reservation confirmations, support replies. But here's the bizarre thing. I still could not find leaked screenshots, any reservation emails. Here's what CyberLandr told us, Reddit threads. Nothing. This is just scrubbed. There's nothing about this. It's so strange. Delsky, probably not even worth a lawsuit. Good luck with that. They've probably been 3D printing them all this time and gluing in the small plastic parts. Look, whatever's happened, you got to admit that this is a pretty interesting thing, right? Like, if somebody could come forward and say, here's the emails, everything's fine, they're on a go slow or it's taking longer, that would be plausible. Or yeah, it's a new product SKU. It's taking longer than they thought. Fine. But the silence is what's really disturbing. The silence from Cybertruck. No communique. As far as we can tell. You might say, dude, there is communication. It's just not on the internet. Well, then I beg the question of, isn't everything...
Oh my God. Look, yep. This is very...
Not awesome.
Not awesome.
I couldn't have put it any better, Toothboy. This is very not awesome. That guy. This is very not awesome. Can someone do the boop boop? That one kills me. Boop boop. Everything's on the internet, right? These days, actually not everything. I beg, there are things that aren't on the internet. But something like this, is on the internet. So I don't get it. I don't get it at all. I went searching on the YouTube machine and yeah, like I said, nothing from, this is the video we watched from 3 years ago or something, exclusive interview with the CEO. He looks a bit shady. Not him here, it's this guy on this side, right? But then what I did do, I searched YouTube, just general CyberLandr in the tubes of you. Nothing really here, right? Their own YouTube channel, all this generic AI schlock that we've seen already. These are all renders. We've seen this over and over and over. Like every review of this device does this video, right? The TARDIS opening up, getting bigger. It looks like a cool product, right? It looks future age, something cool. It's got this rotating cycle of water through it, so you never have to go and get new water. And it's all inside of a Cybertruck, man. It's slick. It's rad. Just doesn't exist. Inducted heating, pivoting tables, blah, bling, blong, blang. Don't get excited. It doesn't exist. But what I did find was there are products that are already out there with a similar concept. The Cyber Phoenix. This is obviously a pop top. Then I saw, where was this one? This one here, the Cybertruck camper unveiled. So this is 10 months ago. Let's take a look and see if this is a real thing.
Oh, yeah.
Oh shit. That's gonna be weird. That's gonna be copyrighted music, right? Wait. No frames? Oh my god, are you serious? Wait, is this device always open on the top of your truck? Why would you make an AI song for this, you idiots? What kind of a product launch is this with a stupid AI song? That looks dumb that it's permanently up like that. Doesn't that look dumb? Get a bus at that point. Light enough to fly? What does that mean? I mean, I know the Cybertruck's pretty amazing, but it doesn't fly, dude. This is not the Jetsons. Come back to Earth. Look, if any company's using AI to generate a theme song for their product, I'd say run the other way. That's super sketchy. Now, does that exist? Is that a thing? Like, or is that just that song, bro, lovely. Okay, let's go and have a look at their website and see if it's available already. Learn more. CyberLandr Hotomobile. We'll talk about Valora after the jump here, folks, but we'll get there. So here is a website. By the way, now my music is super quiet. Oh,
I will admit this is a fairly niche complaint.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
No, it's not niche. This is legitimate. Okay, so somehow, just by the way, by the sideway, hold on. We'll come back to that in a second. My music is ramping up and down with the stream deck. That's why it's changing. Okay, that's not meant to do that. I'll look into that after the stream, but just know that I'm wrong at this point. That's me that's been upping and down it without even knowing I'm doing it. I guess that button's linked to, okay, whatever. Is this a thing, this product? Where are we going? Overclad caravans, cyberclad, hotomobile. I bet this isn't available. CyberGlad. Transform your Cybertruck into a fully equipped mobile home in minutes.
We're determined to expose what the dark heart of the electric vehicle industry looks like on the ground.
That sounds like a very intense news report, dudes. Pulsating music and a very deep vocal. The dark heart of the evil. Yo, Jude, that's not how you spell niche unless it's the Aussie spelling. Niche. N-I-C-H-E? I thought niche. It's a French word, right? N-I-C-H-E. Where is it said here? Designed exclusively for the Cyber blah, 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 blah. CyberGlad will have a starting price. Will have. I spelled it. Oh, so you're spelling. No, that is the correct way of spelling it. It's a French word. Niche. How does America spell it? By the way, order now. You do it N-E-I-C-H-E. N-E-I. Well. What is the correct spelling of niche? Standard spelling.
He knew exactly what that meant.
I know exactly what that means. The standard spelling is the first one, the one we do, It's usually pronounced niche, most common, or niche, also accepted, especially in some regions. Examples, that YouTube channel is a good niche. Camping EV accessories are a niche market. On your Valora alert, it's niche in chat. Niche. Your sound said niche. Did it now? This is a fairly niche. That must be that's a typo. Gibbs doesn't get. I see it there up there. That's a typo. I mean, we spell it this way. In Australia, we spell it Niche. Yes, dear boy. So I get it. I help you out, and then you come in here and you slap me for spelling incorrectly. Wait, so how did I spell it though? You spelled it correctly. Oh, and it's spelled N-E. Okay, well, that's a typo. I must have copied and pasted from somewhere. Gotcha. I understand. I know what you're saying. So nowhere spells it. I can fix that. Yeah, that's so N-E-I-C-H-E is incorrect, right? Yeah. Well, you got me. I didn't mean to do that. I mean, I often make mistakes though. None of them are intentional. Except for buying Hok2a coin and Trump token and Hex. They were intentional mistakes. I made those mistakes. I'll live and die by them. I made those mistakes. Laugh my ass off. But the CyberLandr, I didn't make that mistake, and I would strongly suggest you don't make that mistake, and don't make this mistake either. I don't know. This is even more expensive, dudes. This CyberGlad, there's 3 versions, Body, Prime.
Where else should we go?
Where else should we go? Is that spelled right? And the exclusive one is 66 grand for the exclusive. 66? And this is for a permanent, like, this isn't even one that opens and closes. At least the CyberLandr, it doesn't matter how phony it is, looks cooler and does cool shit. This just sits on top of it. Yeah, don't buy these, folks. Do not buy these. You know what you can do, though? You can help me take a break. I'm going to go and grab that last homebrew. It's going to be weird opening a homebrew out of a plastic. And I'll tell you why I did it in plastic as well. I ran out of bottles and there was still some left. Oh, you know what this is going to be? This is going to be horrible. So that's why I had it separate. I got to keep them separated. The normal brews, I always use the same bottles over and over again. And the fermenter, I think it's 44 liters. It's bigger than 30. 32 is normal. I got a larger one. I don't even mean to. I just bought a bigger one when I bought it. And so you get about 34 long necks, maybe 35. And for some reason in this batch, there was still brew left in the bottom and I just couldn't tip it out. It's a lot of yeast, like all the yeast sits at the bottom. Not yeast, because it's the sugars. The sugar has reacted with the yeast and converted it into alcohol, but it leaves a sludge at the bottom. It's where they make Vegemite from, to be honest. So there's Vegemite at the bottom of the fermenter, and I couldn't throw it away. I was like, well, so I got out a plastic soda pop bottle, cleaned it out, sterilized it, and poured it in there. So this one will be a meaty brew. It'll be chunky, thick, like probably chunks in it, possibly. Don't buy it if it costs more than $69. Yeah. Flowski, if I was going to do something like that, I'd rather fabricate my own trailer camper. No way I'd pay that much. The thing with the CyberLandr, at least, was that it's all like button pressed and it just opens up and it's very Transformer, Star Trek, Doctor Who, TARDIS style. And once it's open and you've got a new home and blah, blah, blah. Look, obviously, the thing that they said it's becoming very difficult to manufacture that product. Otherwise, we'd have it by now. And they'd be having communication saying, no, dudes, we've done the slider and it's working really well. The water's working really well. Yeah, here's a video. They'd be having information for us. Nothing, just dead silence. Just know that you're wrong the next alert. We can record some alerts here today. I'll go and grab that brewski. Surfboarding video. When we come back, we'll stop and pause and talk about Valora and FTL on Beam and just do a little test and see how everything's going. Feels good, looks good, seems good for me. Don't know, everything seems good right now. But I'll be right back with a Brewskins for a Saturday affair. Hey, I was just checking the water temperature for who asked me? Hellbent asked me. Funnily enough, my surf report doesn't include the water temperature. I thought it did. It does not include the water temperature, but I can tell you, wait a second, temperature, you idiot. They've just moved the slot or the spot where it was. So it is 21 Celsius right now, which is pretty damn warm, really. Hey Siri, what's 21 Celsius in Fahrenheit?
21 degrees Celsius is 69.8 degrees Fahrenheit.
No shit, it's 69, dudes. And yeah, Dale, we can do a call-in, man, for sure, man. Of course, I'll forego anything else for a call-in. It's 69, so that's a sign, right? That is a sign. Right now, though, before we go to a call-in, or if you're not ready yet, cool, whatevs, but this is the brew, and I'm a little frightened to open this, to be completely honest. Now that you can see in there, and I don't want to like move this around too much because I can feel there's pressure in there. When I open this, I'm gonna open it over the carpet because I don't want to, like, if it's gonna mess up, it's gonna be much easier to clean up over here than it is anywhere near any of this shit. So, can I get a? Do you know what? Should we record this? Should we record this sound? I feel like we should. I feel like we should record the sound of this opening, right? Just wait for that background audio to stop. That's what I wanted, a crack the jack. But this is a twist top, fizz pop, bing bong, bang bong. So I want to do that, but I also, you know what? I'll just go over to this scene here. This will kill everything. So you guys can't get me with this. If I go over here. Yeah, if I'm over here, you guys can't trigger alerts and shit. So sucked in. Don't try. You can't. It's not going to work anyway. They're turned off on this scene. Okay, here we go. Here we go. We're going to open this here. Nice and quiet. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Hang on. Shh, shh. I'm going to get this as an audio recording. Oh, what a letdown! What an epic letdown. I thought that was going to go and shoot everywhere. That's a hell letdown. See ya. What an epic letdown that was. That was a little girl fart. Does that mean this is going to be a flat brew? That means this is going to be a flat brewskins. An epic letdown. Smells good. All right. Pour? Why not? I was going to say exclamation pour. No. Go and have a look and see if you can find pour. Did I not put sugar in this? I might have messed this one up, dudes. There's no carbonation. There's a bit of carbonation. By the way, I got the Marty glass out. Marty loved these glasses. Krombacher. I think it's fine. It's not, I mean, look, beggars can't be choosers, right? I've only got this one, so I'm going to drink it, but it's not, why did it not fizz? I don't know. All right, let's take a look at Valoran skins. Having to search and scroll alerts sucks. Yeah, we got to fix that, Dale. You know, we can work on that, but keep your mouth down. Keep your mouth down? That's the wrong phrase. Look, here's Valora, folks. This is the platform known as the Valoran skins. Let's. So when am I calling in? You want to call in now? We can. I was going to do a Valora latency test, and then you can call in. Yeah. Just have a look at the website. Hey, 1,400 users, folks. We've ticked over a snatch. We've ticked over from 1,300 to 1,400. We need a celebration trumpet.
Yes.
Even the dogs are barking. Yeah, folks, we're over the mark there. 1,400 users on the platform. That's great. There's me there just chatting. And
I'm not like some madman.
I am like some madman. Hot Beats TV, music DJs. Zafax. Let's take a look at Zafax. I haven't seen that name before. Zafax. Been live for 4 hours. Zafax. Okay. Oh, boobies. Computer-generated boobies. Is there no volume? Oh, I've muted it. My bad. My good.
Okay, I think that's everything that I can get, at least.
Okay, gaming.
Oh, that would have been nice.
Okay. Hopefully Zafax is still live later on when we want to do a hosty host. That's kind of lame. Lame as. But gaming, gamers, it's not my cup of tea, but gaming's gaming. It's all right. I don't, whatever. That's me. Oh, this is the wheel. Yeah. Okay, Zafax is on the wheel. Cool. Struth. No, Shraith. First stream. Oh, shit, it already changed. Ah, missed it. Not the game, the avatar. Oh, okay. Sorry. Dale was first to the stream there. Can I claim second skins? Oh, I'm not going to follow this. The belly go. Is that that last one? Is that a sign of things to come? Are you suggesting I'm going to get a belly gurgle from this man? Maybe you're right. Valora, man, it's looking right, isn't it? 1,400 users. And I'm sure Dale will tap into what we were part of the council meeting, the first inaugural council meeting. That belly gurgle makes me nauseated. Is it that bad? Is it? Yeah. All right. Well. Anyway, we'll come back and do a host later on. But Dale, you want to call in? I'll get myself situated in the call in, and we'll have a chin chat wag. I've already got the Discord open, but I'll jump into the Discord. Get into the call-ins scene. Okay, I'm connected. I'll jump onto a camera. Oh wait, start my virtual camera. I use a virtual camera in OBS and pump that into Discord because then it flips it correctly. There's no flip feature in Discord. Native flip. So that's done. Turn on camera and I'll bump out. Dale's already in there. Just give me a second to pop out there. Go over here, Skins, and we should be good. Dale Skins, how do you do?
What a do?
Oh, I should have triggered that for the moment that you turned up.
I should have waited. Should have made you wait for an hour and 20 minutes.
Come on, man. That's the old days. We're past all that with the tech.
I'm actually that's going to be a fond memory for me for some weird reason.
A fond memory? Shit, dude.
Yeah, it was just so weird.
You don't know what was going on in the back end in my brain and my tech stack here when all that shit was happening. I was like, what could it be? Like, I've got to work this out. And
I was watching you struggle with it, and I mean, I felt horrible for you, but it got so absurd that it was funny.
Do you know what is funny? When I saw, this, I hope Elfsar doesn't take this the wrong way, but when I see Elfsar struggling, I kind of giggle on the inside. I do.
Yeah. I totally get the feeling.
Yeah, it's not. I mean, look, there's no malice.
Right, yeah. I mean, I was a horrible streamer back when I did it or tried it.
Mm-hmm.
And if it wasn't for somebody helping me, I would have never even done it. But yeah, so I mean, I get it. And, it's when you're hanging out with a friend and, like you said, there's no malice, but it's just, what the fuck could it possibly be?
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. The frustration of like, okay, I've checked off this, and this. Everything was working. The most frustrating thing is it was working last time and now it's not. That's what Like, you're like, okay, so what have I done? And it used to be an update to OBS would fuck everything. So what I learned was that on a Mac, it's beautiful. You can copy and paste applications. So you can just Command C and Command V an app, and then you've got two versions of it. And I just used to rename OBS. I'd rename it OBS old, and then in the new or in the other one, I'd go in and just update the old one, the new one. And if it was working, I'd delete the one that I renamed. Or if it wasn't working, I'd just go and delete the new one and go back to the old one.
Oh, that's a good idea. That's pretty cool.
I don't know if it works that way on a PC where you can just like literally duplicate the application folder and then you got two versions of it. I don't know if that's how it works, but
it's interesting that excuse me. It's interesting that as tech.
Yo, Doug, what? Melbourne Doug just followed on Valora? How can that be, Doug?
Woo!
Dougski, you followed ages ago. I don't get that. But we'll take it. Thanks, Dougski.
Yeah, I thought I was already following
Yeah.
on Valora. Maybe, I don't know.
That could be an old alert. I don't know. I just saw, sorry, just to cut in before you go with what you were going to say, but Jude said, I just sent you some photos. She looks like she has a Cybertruck. That's awesome.
No.
Jude, you got a Cybertruck? That looks slick. Did you want me to show those, Jude? I don't know if they're for public, but I mean, it's a Cybertruck in a campground, and I'm assuming it's yours. Rad.
You should interview her sometime. I'll just leave it at that. She's an interesting person.
Wait. She says, no, I don't have one. Oh, you just saw that at a show in Panama City. Okay, gotcha. At a car show. Okay. Yeah, look, so that, that just shows that they are around. The Cybertrucks are out there. CyberLandr, that's a different story.
That is one ugly fucking vehicle. Every time I see one, there's a dude in my neighborhood that owns one, and so he drives by my front, in front of my house sometimes.
Right.
And every time I see it, I'm just like, what in the hell did you buy that for?
Have you gone up to it and closely had an inspection of it? Had a good look, or?
Oh, hell no. I don't want to be on camera on that fucking thing.
Yeah, that's true. You will be on camera for sure.
I mean, we're talking about me, right?
Yeah, that's true, actually. Yeah. That's how you'll get leaked on the internet, I reckon. That's what'll happen.
Exactly.
Be some security footage somewhere be like, there'll be some riot of some sort and there'll be this dude walking past and you'll be like, okay, that was me. Yeah, I just happened to be in the wrong spot at the wrong time.
See, that alone will keep me from keying a Tesla.
Oh, Dougski, I just opened the app and pressed following by mistake and it unfollowed, so that's why the refollow. Okay, cool. Well, as long as it was you that activated it and it wasn't just a mishap on the platform, that's all good.
How you doing, Doug? What it do, everybody?
Oh, no.
There it is.
There's two Dales, man. I got you in stereo when that happens. That's funny. I don't know if I like that.
I gotta thank you for that alert, man. It's a bit weird to hear my own voice saying it, but it is cool. Thank you.
You're welcome. Half of me wants to kill that background audio.
If a bunch of dum-dums not in our community joined from some other place and just like spamming up our chat.
Yeah, half of me wants to not have the background audio on while we talk, just in case you say some clangers. I can clip those as well.
Yeah.
So I'll do that.
Well, it's up to you.
I turned it off so that we can just have a conversation. Now, obviously, Dale, we're allowed to say that Dale is in the council, as am I, and we are allowed to say that we have had the first of our council meetings, and we're obviously not going to discuss what was discussed in the meeting, but safe to say, I think you'd agree, Dale, it was a great success.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Do you know? That was perfect timing. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, that was perfect timing. I'm so used to saying that regarding D Live that it's going to take me a while to get used to being able to even admit fucking anything about Valora. So,
can you now reveal any details about your connection with the beloved deceased D Live?
We're talking about Valora right now. Flo asked a question. I would recommend we do not discuss that.
Oh, right.
Details for now. Details need to stay within the council.
Exactly.
Unless they approve it, you know.
Yeah, but that's also not to say that, Flo, you couldn't ask that in the Discord and someone may answer
Right.
it. Not us, but someone.
It's a small group, and I'm glad.
Yeah.
Too many people is going to just become. It's like too many chefs in the kitchen, you know.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
I didn't say shit, all you did.
Wow, Doug's in a mood tonight.
Oh man, Trump has given us some absolute golden audio sound bites, eh?
Yeah. Oh, and by the way, I need to say this before I forget. Maybe I should message you this on Discord.
Okay.
Nah, what the fuck? It doesn't matter. Basically, bringing up like Trump even in like alerts around certain people around like the council, probably not a good idea. Just giving you a heads up, bro.
Okay.
Trust me on that, okay?
I mean, I won't have any alerts on council call-ins, hopefully.
Well, no, you mentioned it the other day, and so I was like, oh shit, shut up.
Wait,
But luckily,
what did I mention? Alerts on a call-in?
you mentioned a Trump alert during the council meeting.
Oh,
Yeah. Luckily, the topic very quickly changed, so it didn't matter. But I saw the look on somebody's face.
what was which one was it? What did I say?
I don't. Yeah, I probably shouldn't.
Oh yeah, fair
talk
enough.
private.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Well, he is your president, so we can't talk about the president of the United States.
Yeah, we just can't talk about council stuff.
Yeah. Either way, like the Trump quotes that because I went through and I found a bunch that I'd obviously heard of a long time ago, and I just think that they're so good. They need to be housed because what is it, another 3 more years or 2.5 years of his presidency?
Yeah, roughly 2.5.
Yeah. And so then you'll have a new guy, and I'm positive that there won't be as many clangers as this. So we got to get them while they're good, you know, like.
Oh yeah. Oh, did you see? This won't mean anything to you, but Marco Rubio is a member of Trump's cabinet, and he's really impressive. He's actually doing several jobs, doing them very well. He was a DJ at a wedding last week. He was a guest DJ at a wedding. It was fucking awesome.
Was he doing a good job?
Not bad, not horrible, not as good as me, but
that was almost as good as what you just said then. Not bad, not horrible. That was like kind of like Toothboy. This is very not awesome.
Yeah, right. It was funny. It was just cool to see him, as busy as that man is. On the weekend he attends this wedding. I guess he was like a guest at this wedding or something, and the person brought him up and asked him to DJ for a little bit, and he did it. And it wasn't horrible. It was actually pretty cool. The fucking audience loved it. So
yeah, cool. So just going back to Valora, not the council, but just this beam faster than light and Valora. You said, because I've already streamed once today. I was just helping Jude out with her setup, but you did have an issue at one point earlier today when I was live. What was the issue there?
I don't even remember what it was now.
It was something like you said it stalled or static or something. No, not static.
Oh yeah. For about 20 or 30 seconds, it glitched for me, and you thought it was on my end, and I was like, well, I don't think so. And then another council member who was actually in your chat said that it did pause and then it restarted.
Oh, Jim, yeah.
So it wasn't just on my end.
Okay, interesting.
I don't know. I have no idea what that was, but it was weird. I'd never seen that before.
Okay, that's intriguing. Yeah. I think the thing to remember at this point is that beamstream.gg with their FTL, that's beta. We're beta testing it. The odd thing about that beta rollout is that there's no way for me to turn it off and say, okay, I've tested it. Now I want to go back to what it was before until you fine tune it. It's like you're in the beta and it's always on. So that's a little bit.
You're locked in.
Yeah. I don't know. I think that's the wrong way to do a beta test. It should be.
I was just going to say that is not the way to do a beta test.
That's a strange way to do it, because in beta testing, you are going to have issues. That's the idea behind it, right? You're going to test it. And so
Right.
I don't mind testing for half an hour and then saying, okay, it didn't work. Now I want to do my normal stream, so turn it off and go back to regular, but you can't do that. So,
I wonder why they. Well, whatever.
oh, Jude, I've streamed on and off all day. Have you had? I know you. I saw your update in the Discord, Jude. You said you had to re-add it doing the. You had to re-add Valora into Beam using the authorization method. Have you had to do that multiple times, or you can ask to be removed from the beta? I mean, I asked last night, can you just turn it off? And the response was, no, I can't. So I just assumed that meant you're in. But either way, I went to bed last night and woke up 12 hours later or whatever, and now it seems to be ironed out, whatever those glitches were. And we have now like pretty damn good low latency. I mean, it always was good on Valora, but now it's even better by the look of it.
One thing about Jude, she knows her shit when it comes to tech. I can say that. And
Rad.
I'll let her elaborate if she chooses to.
Yeah. Yeah, well, it was very easy.
I just found out some things about Jude today that I didn't know.
Okay. I found it was very easy to troubleshoot with you, Jude, because you gave extremely clear answers and we managed to, navigate what the issue was pretty quickly. Yeah. Today we couldn't remove pilled and re-add it. Oh, really? Once you pilled, you pilled. Once you've swollen that pill, you can't cough it back on. Well, look, pilled, I mean, we've done this before, but we can easily... Yo, Was just followed over on Valora. What? Had you not followed me before, Was? Well, thanks for following, man. Either you inadvertently unfollowed and refollowed, but there it is. Appreciate you, man. Pilled... I don't know. I've said a lot on this, but Dale, get me out of this corner I'm in. Like,
oh boy.
yeah. Get your shovel. You're gonna need a real big shovel for this.
You mean I gotta do this again?
Yeah, and again.
I gotta be your tow truck driver again and pull you out of the ditch.
You got to reach into your bottom drawer and go, "Here's the guidebook to get gives out of a fucking dump." He's got himself into a dumpster fire. I don't know. Like I appreciate that everybody can choose to go where they want. And I don't know why I'm so like violently, not violent, but so aggressively defending my decision. But something about the way that one member of my community has stipulated that they think my choice was wrong. It's really it's grinding my gears, and I'm just being a very defensive little boy about it. I don't even know why.
Okay. First of all, I don't blame you for that at all.
Okay.
I'm not sure how I want to approach this because I don't, look, we both know who we're talking about.
Everyone does.
And I like the guy.
Yeah, me too.
And but that's not the way to approach. Okay. If you want somebody to do something for you, if you want somebody to like notice you or, give you a shout out or, maybe follow you on a platform or whatever. Anytime you want somebody to do something for you, the way to do that is to be polite about it. And frankly, it should probably be done in private if possible. Live streams are not really the ideal place to do that because you put the person on the spot.
That's true. Yeah, true.
And the approach from this particular situation was just, I thought it was incredibly rude and sort of look at me, which I don't care for.
Yeah.
And then like crapping on your choice at the same time of, Valora sucks, builds better, Valora sucks. And it was like, seriously, dude. And now you expect me to do something nice for you?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, true. Yeah. What's the saying? You attract more bees with honey. It's not what happens there.
Well,
no, bears.
Most little kids learn this. Little children learn that when they behave that way, then their parents like, now you're getting punished. Now I'm not going to give you the toy you wanted, and blah blah. And now you're going without TV for a week or your phone or whatever.
Yeah.
You would think that by the time somebody's an adult, they would understand that. But I see it a lot online. I see a lot of grown ass people that just never seem to learn how to like basic behavior. And frankly, it kind of blows my mind. But
yeah. I don't know. Yeah. I mean, I've seen so much throughout the years of streaming, I've definitely encountered a fair amount of kind of intriguing scenarios. I just, someone like Netsky, someone like him who's across the ditch in New Zealand and he's been in my community for so long, never really had any issues ever at all. And then to have an issue,
out of the blue.
Yeah. And it's about a platform choice. Like, it's not even about, like, when I got like Alan, not Alan Jams, what was the dude's name?
Yeah, Poker Time.
No. But before that, there was the guy who
Alan Jams is Poker Time.
Yeah. I know Alan Jams is Poker Time, but there was another guy. He physically came here and like they holiday.
Oh, Paul.
No, not that guy. Not that one.
Holy shit.
Another dude.
How many fucking weirdos do you attract?
Well, that's the thing. This guy was not a weirdo. This guy was a genuine follower of my content. He came here and brought me a hamper of a styrofoam like box full of. He was a chef. He brought me a box of Jack Daniel's products. We hung out with him and his son on stream. We went down to the beach. We hung out. They holidayed here at a caravan park or a trailer park up the road. And we had a great time. And he was streaming on DLive. He was doing chef streams. He had a great chef gig. He worked at a school and only had to cook afternoons for the school. Like, it was a sweet chef gig. So he did a few streams. And then he sent a link in the Discord for a video to watch on stream. And I pulled it up a couple of days later or whatever. We watched it. And the video was it was like a satirical look at working for the man. Like, I work for this company or I do some. And the point of the story in the video was someone got fired. And I paused it and I made a comment and I said, here's the thing to remember with working for a boss, like working for any boss. You as the employee are always always expendable. So at the moment the thing changes, like the business direction changes or the finances change or the climate around the business change, you are expendable. You can commit to a business, to a job for a decade, and you can turn up there half an hour earlier every day and dedicate your time. You can go to all the staff dues and all the Christmas functions, and you can be in all the in-house birthdays and celebration. You can do all that, and then the second the business pivots, they'll fire you without a second delay. Hey, thanks for your 10 years of service. Our business model has changed. We need to let you go. Best of luck. That's called working. And he didn't like my take on it, and he went on a rampage for months, like 8 or 9 months, just abusing me, multiple messages to because he had my number. He would abuse me on the phone. He'd abuse me in my streams. And I'm like, wow. What are you doing, man? Because my take on that video is that you're an expendable piece of furniture in a business. Unless you're the boss, you always can be manipulated and moved. He didn't like it. And he went on a tirade against me. And I swear, I didn't do anything to him. Nothing. I did not do a thing except disagree with his take on that video.
All right. Well, I've seen that type of behavior before. That is mental illness, and it is combined with somebody who has some kind of an obsessive compulsive disorder, and I don't know what it is about some people, and you've seen it, and I have too. If they get offended by something about you, something you said or your opinion or whatever, they take it like such a personal insult that then they just have to like crap on you like crazy. And it gets to the point where it's like, dude, go see a psychiatrist because there's something very wrong with you. Get a life.
Yeah. But he did. He had a life. He had a wife. He had kids. He had a great job. At the time that was happening, I thought maybe he put that video in my Discord because potentially he was losing his job. And as a chef, he had the sweetest chef gig. He didn't have to do early mornings, didn't do late nights. It was all day chefing. Didn't have to do any ordering. The school did the ordering. All he had to do was prepare these very basic meals. He had Easy Street. And and the video wasn't about chefing. It was just a business kind of orientated. I don't even know I can't remember what it was specifically, but the vibe was, this is how it's like working in corporate America kind of thing. And I was like, okay, so you're expendable, things can change, and you're going to go. And he did not like it. And I was just like,
read what Flo put in chat. He is spot on.
Flowski, it's almost like an identity crisis. Their preferences are who they are, so disagreements feel like an attack to them. Yeah. I mean, that is very, it is ADHD coded, and it's very mental health. Yeah. Yeah.
And the thing is, it sucks to be on the receiving end of that. I've been on the receiving end of that myself more than once. And it's, I mean, it's one thing to like disagree and get into an argument and whatever, and maybe you're annoyed with that person for a day or something. But for that to go on and on and on,
yep,
you got to wonder. It's like, is your life really that bad? Are you that miserable of a human being that you feel the need to put so much time and energy into this? What?
It is strange,
I
isn't
just
it?
don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the fact that he'd been here, like if you search my channel, you can. I thought his name was Adam. I could find that he's actually.
How long ago was that incident? Because I don't remember this.
Let me find it, because I've got him blocked on all the socials, but I can find him, I guess, in my.
I'm just curious as to roughly when this happened, because I've been hanging around with you for years, and I don't. This must have been a while ago.
Is Hendrik watching? Hendrik would know. When it was way before COVID, so it would have been. Oh, not way before, but it would have been.
Oh God, don't get me started on Hendrik.
You and him are all good now, though, surely.
Touch and go.
Yeah. Okay.
We don't talk much anymore, and that seems to work.
Do less touching and less going, and just stay more. Stay more.
Yeah. But he just constantly has a crack at me when he's in your chat all the time, and I'm like, dude, just let it go. We disagree about one politician, and you just have to constantly bring it up.
Is that the stalker guy? No, Netskis. That's not the stalker guy. That guy's name was Paul. That's the guy who has been here. Not that
That's
dude.
who I thought you were talking
not
about
him.
at first.
Not him. This is a full-grown adult with he brought his kid. His kid came here and sat on stream with me. Him and his kid were there on camera. They're still, the streams are still there. Like it's somewhere there on my channel. Anyway, the point of it was that it's amazing how someone can go from, and I mean, look, I don't know, like things change and situations change, but we went from being good enough friends for him to come down here to make a family holiday and bring me a hamper of different Jack Daniels products that he knew I liked and sit here on stream with his kid, to then absolutely like abusing and like the most heinous vitriol against me in DMs to like, I watched this doco last night called Unknown Caller. I don't know if anyone's seen that. It's a really sad story about ultimately a mother who stalks her own daughter for whatever. But anyway, the message content of her text messages to her own daughter as an anonymous person, horrifyingly disgusting, very similar to what I got from this guy. Just crazy.
Well, okay, this is actually, I didn't know we were going to talk about this tonight, so I wasn't really prepared, but what the fuck, let's just go with it.
Let's do it.
This is one of the reasons why I am so private, because I've had a couple of incidents in my life.
Yep.
And it's like, it's not worth it. Some people feel the need, a lot of streamers and a lot of people who are online a lot, they think you're supposed to like go on camera and put all your personal information online. But the problem with that is you don't know who's watching. And there's always some fucking weirdo that maybe they get obsessed with you. Maybe it's a woman who just, gets like, thinks, oh my God, I have to have you. And if not, then we're both going to die kind of shit. Or a guy who hates you because you disagree with him about something that he feels strongly about. So then he's going to harass you for that. It's just, I don't have time for that bullshit, man. And I get a lot of crap for being private, and I don't really care. But well, I shouldn't say that. I do care. It annoys me. It annoys me that people can't just accept. It's like, look, I will tell you what I'm willing to tell you. that's it. And I'm sorry that isn't enough for you, but too bad. That it seems to me it's very disrespectful to be too intrusive and nosy about people's personal lives.
So I completely agree with you, and I've had firsthand experience in the last little while of that scenario. Yeah. I guess the question I've got, because you at one point you were on camera doing streams. How have you gone from having a presence online to like scrubbing that? Because like I haven't done it, but I don't know if anyone wants to. But I'm assuming you could search your name and find old content of you and find that if you really wanted.
I used a different name.
Okay.
I had a different ISP.
Yep.
I actually live in a different location. So
and of course your name may not be Dale. We don't know what your name is. Like that's completely your prerogative. Like, and we don't need to know. Like, I salute you for making that choice. Like I saluted this other person, I respected it. I chose the opposite of that, but I completely see. Do you know what really? Okay, I don't want to get too deep into this because I'm surfaced from there and I'm good now. But the one thing that really did piss me off about my recent breakup, is that some things that she accused me of while she was going out that door, I'm like, that is so not me. Like, you said you know me, you said you loved me, you listened to me, and yet when you broke up with me, you accused me of all this other stuff, which is not me. Like, and
see, unfortunately, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, because you've heard it. You've heard I gave you the message. Yeah, so you've heard it, and I'm like, that it's not fair because I didn't demonstrate any of that stuff during our relationship. I'm not going to go and jeopardize, even though I think so little of her, I'm not going to go and broadcast and whatever. I slipped up and did something dumb and mentioned whatever, but that wasn't intentional. And like, yeah, so I completely respect and understand. And I chose the opposite. And I said, if I'm going to do social, if I'm going to do YouTube, I'm doing me on YouTube. I'm going to put it all out there, and there are consequences of that for sure.
Well, okay, now that's an interesting point right there. There's several things here. I'm really glad we're having this conversation.
Hell yeah, man.
And before I even go into it, so you are an authentic person, and you want to sort of go online and not put on a persona. You just want to like show your real life. Like if you have skin cancer cut out, you show it.
Yeah.
If you had a bad day, you talk about it.
Yep.
If you had a great day, all that. And I totally respect that. I also, and I'm just going to say it, I am so proud of you. And I know it's hard for you to hear that, but I am very, very proud of you as your friend, because I've noticed in the past, 5-6 months now,
yeah,
you came a long way, and you didn't even talk about it for a while because you just kind of were pretty much over it.
Yep.
So that's impressive. I'm very happy about that.
Thank you.
Because that was rough, man. You went through a really rough period, and that was like heart-wrenching for those of us who care about you.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm glad you're better now.
Yes, me too.
Yeah.
You guys hadn't seen Relationship Benin before, so it was a new.
No, that was new. It was fun at first.
Yeah, likewise. It was fun for a while
until it wasn't.
Until it turned to hell. It was a real lot of fun, and I was getting caught up in it, and I was very open to it. And now I'm going to be brutally honest, and I always am. I am so fucking far from Relationship Benin. There's I did all the wild shit, and I dated and I screwed around and I got it out of my system, and now I do not want that ever again. I'm going to my grave a single man, accepting my limitations, my responsibilities. I've done that. If someone pops up, it's going to have to be someone extremely impressive, because I'm just not doing that ever again, dude.
You're probably not going to want to hear this from me, but I'm going to go on record and say it. And you can deny it all you want.
All right, hit me.
you kind of went from one extreme to the other. You went for a period of years where you just
13
and
years.
we've 13. We've talked about this before, right? And I can kind of relate to that because I went through a period not that long, not 13 years, but it was quite a few years where I was just kind of like over it too. And it's like,
Yeah.
I guess it is going to happen.
Yep.
And you get comfortable with your life, right? And it's like, okay, well, no. And then out of the blue, you meet somebody, and it's like you get zapped by lightning, and somebody could fucking find the lightning. That'd be funny. The alert.
Yeah.
You get zapped, and then it's like, oh, holy shit! This is possible again, and you feel things you hadn't felt in a long time, and you start thinking, maybe, maybe.
Yeah.
And then then you start having feelings for this person, and you fall in love, and that's a wonderful thing.
It was.
But then,
totally wonderful.
But so you went from one extreme to then like you just dove into the fucking deep end. You were like all in.
I reckon I went in too deep too. I don't think she was in
a little too quick. Yeah.
Well, it wasn't too quick. I mean, you guys didn't know about it for a while. I kind of held it to I kept it to myself, and then she just turned up here one day to meet my family without.
There it is.
Scared the shit out of me.
To boldly go where no one has gone before.
That's right. Yeah. She just. So I was very protective of my family, and I didn't want her to meet my family, but then she just lobbed in here and met them. And then I was like, maybe she is into this as much as I am, because she knows she's leaving. Like we're going to have to come to a decision, like a decision together and an individual decision about where this takes us, because she's moving interstate. But she just turned up here, and I'm like, okay, I guess you're going to meet my family then. I didn't encourage that. I didn't actually want that, but she did it. And so then I'm like, I'm in here. I'm not going to introduce her to Portia if she's not going to be around for the next 20 years of my life. Why do you get to meet my 9-year-old niece and then...
What a beautiful group of people you are. You are good. I wish I looked like you.
I wish I
It was so simple.
It seemingly is so simple. But anyway, the point of it is, I think, I went in deep because somehow I opened myself up to it. But the ultimate point here, I'm not doing that again unless... It's gonna have to
do that again.
Don't do that again. Yeah, it's gonna have to be an absolute, like someone's gonna have to like knock me over the head multiple times and pin me down and say, I'm a relationship, you're a relationship, let's get it. Because I'm not like, You know what?
Well, okay. A couple of quick points.
Go ahead. I'm just rambling anyway.
No, it's fine. This is a good conversation. I'm glad we're having this because I've been wanting to talk to you about this for months.
Okay, thank you.
This is just the right time.
Thank you. Yeah. It's not emotional for me. I'm past the emotions of it. I don't cry anymore about it.
I know. I'm getting that, which is why I'm going ahead and just talking about it. Because if it were, then I'd change the subject.
Yeah.
Next time, maybe somebody a little less volatile and unique, shall we say?
You can't pick that though. Like,
oh, that's true, and that's a very good point.
You can't pick it.
You don't get to pick who you fall in love with. I get it.
I didn't say shit. All you did.
You definitely can't pick that. But now I do have the wherewithal to understand mental health. I understand living a life based around medications. I understand that. I've got more of an appreciation of how important that is. And if that comes up again, I'm not a dum-dum. I at least have a little bit of knowledge. A lot of it I've purposely forgotten. A lot of it I've pushed out of my mind because if I go and think about that, it reminds me of her, and I don't want that. So I've pushed it to the side. But I now have at least the basic concept of something like that.
Yeah, it was a valuable experience. I mean, okay, so for me, real quick, I dated a woman kind of like that in my 20s. I mean, not identical, different issues, but similar in certain ways.
Okay.
And you and I have talked about this. It's been a while now.
Okay.
But so I kind of understood what you were dealing with, and I got to tell you this: I would never date a woman like that ever again. So I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
I totally get that.
Yeah.
But you have to remember, not all women are like that.
No. Yeah. Everyone walks a different path in life, and like, you know, this person had a pretty something big happened to her, and there was ongoing trauma, and there was, you know, ongoing medications, and she at least explained that. Like some part of me thinks that, I don't know, like maybe she might have been better off keeping that stuff to herself and not getting me involved, because at some point then I decided, or not decided, but I lent into the idea of maybe I'm meeting her so I can help her to get better. Like it's not just
I believe me, I know exactly how that feels.
Yeah. And then it's not just about me. It's like, well, what can I do to help her? And like the basics of that in a relationship, when you do say the L word to each other, when you say you're both in love and you're committed, that tells me that she should be receptive to whatever those gestures are. And in my situation, I was working a lot. I had money. She wasn't working. So I didn't mind financially contributing. Like I remember there was one time when I was down there visiting her, and this actually speaks a lot about her, because we're in the supermarket and she said, I got to get some things, you know, some household things that I need, blah, blah, blah. She just moved down and she needed to set this stuff up and whatever. And we were also getting ingredients for food for the night, or for dinners and whatever, while I was down there. And so we're piling all this stuff into the cart and we're wheeling through the thing, and she's saying, oh, I need to get this and that. And she keeps putting it in. And we get to the till and I'm just like, I'm buying this. Hey, like, and she's like, no. Half of this shit is for the house for forever. Like, and I need to get, and I don't care. I'm buying it. I'm the one that's working. We're in this together. I've got the money. I'm buying it. And she was so not upset, but she kept saying, are you sure you want to buy all? It was like $180, $160. I'm like, no, I'm doing it because we're together. I'm not doing this to impress you. We're already together. This is a team. I'm the one that's working. You're the one that's in a horrible position right now, and you'll get through that, and then later on we'll reevaluate. But right now, I've got the money, and I'm the one doing this, so accept it. And she then went on and brought it up later on at a family dinner, like, Benon did this, and kind of made me a bit embarrassed by doing it. And I looking back on that, and I brought this up with my counselor, and I think that I don't think she's had someone that actually loved her before, because that's what love is.
That's the impression I had as well.
Yeah, I don't think she'd ever had that, so she didn't know how to respond to it. And I was like, I kept saying to her, get over it. We're together. We're in this together. There's no me. It's us. We're a team. I'm working. I'm paying. Be done with it. And she just couldn't grasp it. And I was like, yeah.
Well, I mean, look, these are tricky things we're talking about here. Relationships are challenging because, you know, there are gold digger women who just latch on to guys for money, and they'll let you buy everything, right? Okay, in my opinion, that's fucked up. So I have a lot of respect for her for being like, no, this is my thing. Let me do it. That tells me that, you know, she had her mind on the right.
But she was struggling financially. She's not working, and she hasn't worked in a long time. So she told me that.
And you wanted to help. I totally get it, man. I'm telling you, I went through a very similar situation like long ago.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Okay. Let me read what Flo said.
Yeah, cool.
I'm really glad Flo brought this up.
What did Flowski say?
He brought this up. He says he was talking about you. He's talking to you, and he says you grew a lot in that relationship. I remember before all this, Dale and I trying to convince you mental illness was a thing. Now you know firsthand. And actually,
I do recall that.
Hendrik was in that conversation in chat too. This was probably like maybe a year and a half, 2 years ago. And you were kind of in a mood that night. I don't know what was going on with you. That was long before you were in this relationship with this woman. This had to be like 2 years ago.
Okay.
And we were, the three of us, for our own particular reasons. I mean, Flo is pretty knowledgeable about people with mental health issues. He's worked somewhat with that, if I remember correctly. And That was my field of study in high school and college. I
I
was sort of
recall
a
you saying that.
natural at it.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
recall
yeah.
that.
So it was a little frustrating for the three of us, if I remember correctly, because you just weren't having it. You were just like,
Really?
yeah, I don't remember exactly what the topic was. Maybe Flo remembers, but the fundamental point he's making is that now that you've lived it, now you maybe have a little bit of a different perspective. And
Totally.
that, I agree with
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, and I'll apologize to you, Flo and Hendrik, if I was out of line that day. I don't remember this. I remember something around what you're saying, but I can't remember the specifics of it. But
You weren't rude. You were just being very stubborn about listening to people who knew what they were talking about.
I can certainly be that, and I recognize that I am
really
quite a stubborn
I hadn't
person.
noticed that.
I can certainly accept that. Yeah, and I guess now that I've had a lived experience, at least I now have the skills to recognize what I'm seeing and be more wary of it and respond more adequately. I feel like a lot of not all of it, but a lot of the reason why this wound up the way it did with this person is that I just didn't have the ability to respond correctly. She also had her own problems and this and that, but me, if someone had said
you put more effort into that relationship than the vast majority of people would have.
One of the wettest
So
we've
you need
ever
to give
seen
yourself-
from the standpoint of water.
Thanks, Trump.
You need to give yourself some credit for that, man, because you put a lot of effort into that. You tried.
Do you know what?
You weren't perfect, but
my counselor, she's seen everything. She's got it all. She knows the whole story. And she said to me, when you get into a point, and I do this typically at night, and it's horrible, but it's just the way I've been. I don't know if it's a Virgo thing, but it's the way I respond every time. I can't sleep at night, and I ruminate and I process and I go through up and down, and I'm horrible experience. She said to me, when you get into that rut, you need to stop and say, you didn't do anything wrong here. You went into this with the skills you had, and you were open to learning, and you were open to moving along that learn path with her. Now, that's what you got to remind yourself of. So it's difficult, but that's how I get through it when I'm and what is it now? May. Do you know what it almost is, dudes? It's the 9th of May. I can't fuck, man.
yeah, like a year. Oh shit.
I met her either my cousin's birthday's the 12th or 13th. I met her in the next either the 12th or the 13th of May was when I met her. You guys didn't know about her until August, but I met her in May last year. And
I knew about her before August.
did I tell you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
You probably forgot that.
And you know what, man? Okay, get this. And there are things that I don't want to use the hate word, but there are things I loathe about this person because I do forget a lot. Like I forget a lot of things, and I always have. Like historically, if you go back to like the 90s and skateboarding, and I would forget things that we did the week before, and it would take my cousin to tell me, no, dude, we went here or we skated there and we got the photos so we can prove it. And I'm like, oh, yeah. I just forget stuff. But she accused me of intentionally forgetting shit. I'm like, no, I just forget. I don't intend it. Like, obviously it would be better to live with a good memory, but I don't have one. So sorry if I can't remember shit. But so I forget that but I know that I did open up, and I was the whole...
Hey, I was good. I kept it secret for quite a while.
Yeah.
And look, the one thing that I would slightly alter with what your counselor said, and I'm not sure I should even say this because I don't want to like get into a...
No, go ahead.
But, well, my take is slightly different.
Mhm.
Like I freely admit that I made a really dumb mistake in that situation, and there's no reason to talk about exactly what it is, but you know what it was.
Yeah.
And I felt horrible for it because at the time I didn't realize I was doing anything wrong.
Mm.
But I admitted it and I apologized for it.
Yeah.
And I think that was kind of the case with you too. You might have made a few quote unquote mistakes along the way,
Yeah.
but you're fucking human, you know?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I would say that.
And to give her her own like little leverage there, she's also human and she also makes mistakes. Do you know what? You know what I had a thought of the other day? This is weird, man. Okay, get this. It was after a counseling session. I sat here and I was like, is there a world where I could be friends with this person? You know what I mean? Like they're like,
oh, I know what you mean.
and it's not like a friendship to then get back the relationship, but it's more of a like, I do have a concern about, or maybe the concern might be the wrong word, like curiosity about what she does from here. And that you only get that knowledge if you're a friend, right? And like,
okay, you know what that tells me is that tells me that, and look, you were in love with this woman.
yes,
So
I'm not anymore though.
Okay, right. But the fact is that at one point you were. So you're gonna probably wonder for the rest of your life, how's she doing? I
Yeah.
hope she's okay.
Yeah.
I hope she found somebody that, sort of maybe her life's, you're going to be curious about that. And that's good. That's a good thing.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, I still think about the woman that I was talking about earlier that was sort of similar, and that was a long time ago. And I mean, she did actually get back in touch with me maybe 10 years later,
Mm.
and she was living in a different part of the country and doing great. And I was actually happy for her
Mm.
because I wanted that for us,
Yep.
but it wasn't in the cards, as they say.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I was okay with that because her and I were like, when it was good, when we were together and it was good, it was really, really good.
Right.
But when it wasn't, it was really, really bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Flosky says, I think
And I
you'd
get that.
fall back in love if you were near her. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. It's a dangerous slope, but then
Maybe not when it's in the rear of your mirror a little bit more and you've moved on and like I've been through several relationships since then.
Mm.
So, at that point, once you're in a new relationship, then it's just like, oh, well, that's an ex,
Do you know what, when this came up was because I like ex partners of mine, typically it becomes an ex and then I've only ever done this bad vibe breakup thing with one other girlfriend. One, like my main relationship, a girl called Haley, right? Like that one's the 13 years prior to meeting this person. So I don't have a problem with exes, and I can go online and search up an old flame and just be stoked on whatever they're doing and be happy. But with Haley, after we broke up, I said to myself, I'm never going to Google her. I'm never going to search her. I'm never going to look at because she's a photographer, or she was when we were together. I'm never going to go and find that out about her. I'm going to let my memory of her be our memory of that era, and whatever she does post the breakup, I don't want to know about it. After me and this other person broke up most recently, and after enough counseling and enough reflecting and sitting down and really ruminating and really thinking, one night I was on Facebook and there was that and this is how it gets you every time. There was that you did this 6 years ago memory thing. And I was like, oh, what's the memory? And I'm like, oh, it was a book launch or something that we were both photographing. And I went in there and I saw that there was this, and I probably should delete this, but there's actually a photo of me and her in there, and she'd commented on there or something and it hadn't been erased, or it hadn't, because we went in and removed all that shit when we broke up. But for some reason, there's still there was a link to her, and it's a tiny little avatar. It's like 5 by 5 pixels. And I was like, oh, that's Haley. Okay. And I clicked it for the first time ever. I clicked it and it went nowhere because I'm blocked. So I didn't see it. So then I punched her name into Google and I searched her, and I found her photography website, but at 404, or it didn't launch. So I dropped my Brave securities and I went back and refreshed it. Still couldn't load. And the point of this is that up until that point or that time in my life, I'd never done any of the searching to see what she had done after our breakup. And this night I said to myself, no, I've had a breakup. I'm better. Now I want to find out about my previous ex. And I couldn't find anything, by the way. But the overriding point there is that I'd cleared my head enough to go back and find an ex. And that's when I thought, is there a world where I could be friends with my most recent ex? That's where that came from.
I think it's natural that when you fall in love with somebody, there's this weird connection that happens. And personally, I think it's not just physical, it's spiritual. It's I mean, every world religion talks about this, even physics talks about it. So it's scientific.
Okay.
It's an actual thing. And they call it tethering, or there's different ways to describe it, and that would be a very long, boring conversation, maybe another time.
Tether could
But
tie into crypto.
yeah. Basically, my point is, I think it's normal when you connect with somebody on that deep level to always wonder, like I said, speaking for myself, how occasionally you just wonder, gee, I wonder how so and so's doing. I hope they're happy. I hope they're doing all that.
Hmm.
I don't see anything necessarily wrong with that. I don't know that I would say you could be friends because that's a bit.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a fantasy world, I guess. There's only one, like if I go into my Facebook and look, I've only got one ex that it's crazy. The only ex that I'm connected to is Jenny from Canada. It's a weird connection, and it might be because of the music stuff and whatever, but we have maintained a friendship for decades post the relationship. But that's an anomaly because she's in another country, northern part of the world. I'm in the southern part of the world. I don't know. Like, it's a fanciful concept of, I don't know. Like, my thing is, I just can't switch it off. Like, I wonder about her. Like, she's very like black and white. She can just be like, no, I'm ending it, and therefore it's completely done. I'm like, but what about like, until I threw all that shit away in the bin, like all the stuff that I had, I'm like, what about this and that? Like, I don't know, like it. And you know what? Lino died. My good friend, or just people die. Like, I don't know, like it just seems like life's too short
By
to
the way,
fuck around,
that tribute you did for him, I watched the replay of that a while back. I'm glad you brought that up. We haven't had a call in a while.
Who hasn't?
And
Yeah.
that was well done, man. I really enjoyed that. I didn't know the man.
Yeah.
I'd heard you talk about him before, and I'd heard you talk about, what was the name of that restaurant again?
The Strand.
The Strand.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd heard you talk about the Strand, and but it's different when you just say something or you see it in text, and when you have video where you can see their face and you hear their voice and you
Yeah.
can see what a cool fucking person he was,
What a
and the
legend.
way all the staff loved him.
Yeah.
And like you just said, you go about your life, and then all of a sudden you find out, oh, so and so is either like terminally ill or gone, and you're like, what? Because just like that,
Yep.
it can
It's
be
done.
over.
And I've dreamt about
Yeah.
Lino multiple times since his death. Like I'm going down 3 or 4 dreams now about Lino. I've only had one dream about my ex once. So I don't know what that says,
Well,
but
I think it says a lot.
yeah, only one time she's popped up in my dream, and not a sexual thing, just a dream with her in it. And I'm like, that's weird. It's like she's literally, what is it now? I'm not lying about this. There hasn't been a single day since she dumped me that I haven't thought about her. Not one. But I haven't dreamt about her at all, except for that one time. So I don't know.
Well, I mean,
We're on a
I'm not
journey.
going to do a deep dive in dreams, but basically the obvious thing that it tells me is your relationship with Lino ended well. Your relationship with this other person didn't. And so it's natural to not want to dwell on the ugh,
Yeah, true. I've had a lot of dreams about frogs lately, and I mean, you guys know that
Okay, that's gonna be weird.
That is going to be weird, but I've always loved frogs, and like whenever frogs pop up in my dreams, it's always like, man, I'm looking like I'm in this area where I know that there's like green tree frogs, and I'm like, there's got to be frogs here, and I go searching for them, and I find them. Like this morning, my sister, that's right, this morning my sister goes, she gets up at 4 o'clock in the morning she's going through a lawsuit. She finds it better to do work at 4 from 4 a.m. to 6 a.m. She can get out a lot of work, so she gets up early. Anyway, I woke up this morning at 3:30, went to the bathroom, came back, got into bed, saw that the light was on in the kitchen. I was like, okay, Anya's up doing her thing. I roll over and I start dreaming about a big green tree frog, like a big one, like something like this big. And I'm going to grab it and like kind of, and because it's so big, frogs of all sizes will, if they want to, they will croak.
That's going to be weird.
They'll make noise to warn you, but a frog can't hurt you. Like they can't bite you, and they can bite you, but that's not going to hurt. But anyway, this green tree frog is just sitting there, and I'm like, I want to pick it up and pet it and just have it close to me. So I go to grab it, and it makes this loud bark, 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 bark. And I say out loud, no, that's okay. Sorry, buddy. I'll leave you. Sorry, man. I'll leave you. My sister heard it because when I got up 2 hours later, she said, I heard you say, that's okay, buddy. I'll leave you. Don't worry about it. I was talking to the frog.
Grab your baby.
And grab your baby. And I woke up from that dream thinking, holy shit, big green tree frog.
You knew exactly what that meant.
I knew exactly what that meant. I'm in love with frogs is what that tells me. Forget humans. We're going down. Oh, no, let's not do that. I was going to get banned from every platform with one word.
Oh man, you're an interesting dude. I will tell you that. You're definitely not boring.
Yeah, I don't know. Look,
cheers, man.
Hey, cheers, Dale. I feel like I'm better off. I am better off single. Like I feel like I function as a human better on my own, but there doesn't mean that there isn't that option for someone to slide in there. And I genuinely thought this person was that because like I'm so weird, right? I'm so confused and different. And this person is more so, like, heaven forbid, her music choice, right? Like I have a strange choice in music and I have a weird pattern of how I listen to music. She listens to...
Wait, did you just mention that? Did you just admit that? Somebody fucking clip this.
Someone clip that.
Sorry.
She listens to 2 bands and only 2 bands and mainly one out of those 2.
Wow.
Like I don't know. I felt like I'd met my match.
That is weird. That is really fucking weird.
Yeah. At some point, I'll be able to enjoy that music because when she introduced me to... I already knew one of the bands, but the other one, Sleep Token, I had no knowledge of that band aside from the name. I know of a band from Australia called Sleep Debt, and I thought it was something, but it's nothing related. But I got into it, and I'm like, this is cool. Like, I can really dig this. At the moment, and it came up once on the Cap game where it popped up, and I just couldn't. I was like, I can't listen to this. It's too soon to hear the music that all the time she'd play. But I hope in the future I can crank up Sleep Token and be like, yeah. And maybe I can photograph them because they are touring and I don't know, like at least there's that, right? At least I got something, the memories and the learn and new music. That's got to be a benefit, you know?
Yeah. Before I've been watching chat. People are making a lot of really good comments in chat. Jude has been making a lot of really good relationship comments in chat, and as the only female around, it's always good to hear that perspective. So thank you for that. Kind of like the council the other day where there was just one, and oh boy, that got a bit weird at first, but we won't get into that.
Some I got to repeat when I have a call in, folks. I don't often look at the chat, but thank you for bringing it up, Dale. Like, yeah. Sorry for missing out comments. I focus on what I'm hearing instead of what I'm seeing.
Yeah, I mean, like it's natural, right? I don't catch everything either, but I try to keep an eye on both.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
And it's easier for me because I'm not streaming, so you have to do all that.
Well, now I don't have to do anything because it all works. I can just sit back and talk. It's so good. Just
how nice is this?
Tech just works, man. It's working perfectly. Don't touch it. Don't touch anything.
How many times did I used to say that to you? It's working. Don't fucking touch it.
Yeah.
And you were like, but I just want to play with it. And I'm like,
do you know what, man? I'm working on the M5 Max, and I'll just add this to this perfect. And this, thank you, man. Hi Rez, how you doing, man? How you going, Hi Rez? This does go back into the conversation I had before about this person I don't think she ever had anyone that actually loved her. So I bought this M5. My intention with buying the M5 was to give her the M1 because she had expressed interest in doing some online content, and her machine that she has wasn't, in my mind, and I know tech, not powerful enough for what she wanted to do. She was getting fiber installed at home and this and that. And I was like, okay, well, I want to set up your studio. And my intention was to then send her the M1. So I'm now at a point where I don't need it and I'm trying to sell it. And this guy is supposed to come today and yesterday, and he's giving me the fucking runaround. It's the second time this has happened with someone's like, yeah, I'll come and grab it. And then they're like, oh, and I said to this guy last night, he said, what I will do, if you live closer, I'd be there. I said, so are you saying you're not coming? I'm in negotiations. And then all day today, nothing. So my point is,
just out of curiosity, how much does your used M1, what's it called? An Apple what?
It's an Apple M1 Max processor. Basically, it's the first of the Apple Silicon, but it's the top.
How much is that? How much are you sell? If you don't mind my asking, you don't have to answer this, but I am curious. How much are you selling that for? Because it is used, right?
It's used. It's been used for 5 years or 4 years. I initially listed it at 2,500, and I've brought that down progressively down to 2,100 because no one's come to get it. I was just going to give it to her.
So around like 1,500 US. That's still that's a lot of money. It's not cheap.
But the thing is, it's not cheap. But the thing is, this is the machine that I was thinking that she could just set up for her content, because then we could have her call in and we could do all this stuff together. And when I'm not there, we could eat. And I've streamed on that thing for the last 4 years with sketchy internet. She's getting, well, she probably has it by now, fiber connection. I was like, well, this is the laptop that you can set up in your studio just for streaming. Just leave it there. You've already got your other one. You can do all your other stuff on that. That's your streaming. I was going to give it to her because, again, I don't think she understood this, but I was in it because I was in it. And like,
you know what I saw? Okay. Again, this is going to be a little touchy, so please don't,
I'm not going to get emotional. I'm good.
Well, yeah, but that's not what I was going to say.
Okay.
You were bringing her out of her shell a bit. She was actually going on camera, sort of.
Kind of,
right?
yeah.
Which was probably really difficult for her, and I'm sure you guys talked about that. But she was good at it. She just had this natural presence about her, and everybody in chat saw it. And you don't necessarily have to turn a camera on and show your face. There's a lot of ways around all this.
Yeah. She's a feisty one.
And oh yeah, she is.
She was a feisty one.
She's very intelligent.
Yeah.
Like highly intelligent.
But she's also a dum-dum. She's also dumb to give that away. Like she had that and she just she just gave it away. Like she's a dum-dum.
I don't think that's a question of intelligence. It's a question of paranoia. She let that fear overwhelm her, and maybe that's not even an accurate description, but and then she like pulled back really hard. Like, nope, can't do this. Yeah. That was the impression I got. So
yeah, I had.
You were good for each other. You guys were good for each other because you were doing research on things that you had no knowledge of, and you were like doing deep dives into just all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, but then she turned that around and said that I was trying to manipulate her and take advantage of her. Like, what the fuck, man? That's horrible thing to accuse me of. I was learning
Yeah.
about your mental illness, and you say that I'm trying to manipulate you and take advantage. That's disgusting. Like that. I don't know if this idea of being friends. You can't forgive someone for that, man. It's horrible. Horrible thing to say of someone.
And there are some things that you can't really talk about, but yeah, I think you're probably right.
Yeah. The other thing that I had all these ideas of things that we were going to do on stream together, and one of the big things, which it blows me away that I even considered this, and I mentioned it to her a few times too. I wanted to eat McDonald's again on stream with her. I was like, I haven't eaten McDonald's since 1997, the year that Morphine played at the Metro Theatre in Sydney, and I bought my regular 2 Big Macs and a chocolate milkshake after the show, sat there in this fucking, we called it McSloths, sat there with this burger in my hand, drunk out of my head after a great show. And I was like, why do we keep eating this crap? Dudes, why do we keep coming here and buying this? Look at this shit. It's horrible. And I put the burger down and I said, I'm never eating this shit again. And I never have. I've never eaten anything from McDonald's since 1997. And I was ready to, I said to her, I kind of want to eat Macca's again just for the sake of, if I don't eat it again and I die, there's no point to this. Like, big whoop. This guy stopped eating Macca's in the late 90s and never ate it again. Great story, dude. Happy times. But the better story is this guy stopped eating Macca's in the late 90s, and then in 2026, he's eating it again. Let's take a look at this. How do you taste? How does it go? How is it, man? And I was going to do that with her. I was ready to do that, man. Like, and then when we broke up, I'm like, I'm never fucking eating Macca's. I don't want to eat that shit. Hey, I'll do it with her on stream though, but.
Oh boy, yeah. I mean, my story was a little different, but I'm not going to go into that.
Does it involve Macca's though? Oh, sorry, you don't call it Macca's. You call it Mickey D's, right? Macca's is a weird Australian thing.
Yeah, I had never heard that term until I met you Australian guys, but
isn't
no,
that
it did
weird?
not involve McDonald's. No.
You guys, what? Are you fucking serious? You know McDonald's, it's the same chain, but you don't ever call it Macca's? It's the most obvious abbreviation.
I'd never heard that term before until I met you guys.
What the hell?
You and Hendrik and Shiloh and Doug and all them. Yeah,
the world is a beautiful place.
I remember many times, like when I first started hanging out in your streams, many times, and also like Hendrik streams, because I used to hang out in a lot of his music streams.
Yeah.
You guys will use a term, a phrase. It's usually slang or something like that, and I'm like, I have no fucking idea what that means.
You got an example
for like a year later, and it's like, oh, that's what that means.
Give us an example, if you can think of one.
I can't think of anything right off the top of my head. Oh, okay. You call a sweater a jumper.
Okay, yeah, I agree. That's a strange one. A jumper.
You call like a bedspread or comforter. What do you call it? A doona.
Doona, yeah, doona or duvet. Yeah.
Never heard that before.
Okay. That's fair.
I mean, there's a lot of them. I just can't think of all of them right now. But
America is a nation that can be defined in a single word. I was going to put him.
Perfect timing, Netsky's. Perfect timing for that one.
Oh my God! If I ever sound like that in a call-in, just boot me out of the fucking call-in. God.
President Biden had one word to say, one word, and he couldn't say whatever the word was, man. You had to just say one word. That's so funny.
How that man was president of the United States scares the crap out of me. Now, I'm not going to get into politics because that'll cut open a whole fucking can of worms.
There's virtually a skeleton running the country. Had to lift him up and put a hand behind him and hold his head. Crazy.
Well, that's frightening when it's your country.
Yeah.
Say that.
The other thing that I was going to do with this person was we did it on stream where she really wanted these really expensive like masks, this really cool.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, these handmade masks, and she had this one in mind. It was about $300, so about $220 US. And she I'm assuming she still hasn't unpacked everything. Her house is a mess because she can't coordinate herself to unpack everything and blah, blah, blah. I said to her, I will buy the mask for you. Like, I'll do this as like if you can open up a box every week and put it away, like open up a packing box from the garage or from the carport and put it where it needs to go. If you do that every week, I'll buy you the mask. Like, I'll just buy it for you as a reward for unpacking boxes. And even that kind of got met with just like, she didn't accept it, or she didn't, like, I was trying to encourage her to move into her house and get something, like get it set up and like do whatever I can to expedite that process by encouraging her, by providing her a reward, an incentive. And I don't know, it just somehow it got mixed up and got messed up. And
it felt like she was fighting you on the wrong things. You were trying to be helpful, and she, for some reason, that would have been an interesting conversation to have with her parents, actually, because I would bet you that she's been like that her whole life. She's probably very independent minded and very sort of headstrong,
Yeah.
and doesn't like when people are trying to be helpful, because she looks at that as, you're trying to change me.
That's a weird, that's very interesting, because you said she doesn't like people trying to help her, yet she relies on medications and a doctor's prescription to live, which to me is like, you are actually, she hates people. That's her quote. I hate people. People are fucked. People are cunts was her quote.
She said that on your live streams.
She said it to me many times. People are cunts. I don't like people. I don't want to be around people. I can't handle it. I don't want it. I'm like, but you rely on people every day. You rely on people to live. Like, you need a doctor to prescribe you the medications. You need a doctor to make the medications, or a scientist. You need someone to be there. And I'm like, I'm there for you. Like, I love you and I'm there for it. So again, she's a dum-dum for throwing that away, because she had that.
But Benin, please don't say dum-dum, because that's not fair.
I'm just using. I use it because of Richard Hart. He always said "dum-dum," and I never really use that.
Richard Hart's an idiot. Don't emulate an idiot.
Okay, fair enough. It just sounds funny though, dum-dum. Dum-dum.
Well, I would.
She's not a dum-dum. I don't think she's a dum-dum. She's very smart. She's very intelligent, but she made bad decisions.
Read what Flo said. Or this quotes, "You're looking down on me because I'm different. I can overcome this." See, I think Flo gets it. That's the mentality of that type of person. I think that's more accurate. And that's not dumb. That's more she was desperately struggling to be sort of independent and live life on her terms. And even though she wasn't able to do that, that was like a really important thing for her. And I get the feeling that and I could be wrong about this, but I get the feeling that she felt, I don't know, there was something about the way you're helping.
If a bunch of dum-dums not in our community joined from some other place and just like spamming up our chat.
Nice one, Netsky. Continue, Dale. Sorry.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think I pretty much said it.
No, I agree. And I'm not. I got to be clear. I'm not saying she's a dum-dum in general. I'm saying her decision to break up with me was a dum-dum decision. That's what I'm saying, because I never looked down on her because she's different. I can overcome this. I'm not less. I never thought that of her at all. In fact, I respected and I admired her for doing the things and I encouraged her, and I was there to motivate her. I would often tell her, hey, did you take we had this thing, MBM, meds before midnight. Have you taken your meds? If you take them before midnight, you'll get a better day tomorrow. If you can, because she'd be up till 3 a.m. and I'll be like, have you taken your meds? No, I haven't done it yet. Then you're going to be up till 4 now. Take your meds before midnight and get a good sleep in, and then go for a walk in the morning. You'll feel better. Get outside, walk. I encourage, like, she's not dumb. She struggles, but she's not dumb. Her decision was dumb, but that's her decision, and no one can change that.
Okay. I remember, so I'm remembering my situation because this is helping me understand what you're saying, and I think I get it. So, like, when I was in a similar relationship a long time ago,
yeah,
not identical, different person, different issues, but similar in certain ways.
Hey, hang on a second. Hellbent's got a split for bed. Sorry, Dale. Hellbent, thanks for hanging out with us, man. Take care. We got such low latency.
Yeah.
I got to do it while he's there. Yeah.
Look at that. For once, you read the chat before I did.
I just saw it. It just came up. Sorry, man.
Oh, no, it's cool. So anyway, yeah, at first I felt pretty much the same way you did after we broke up, because it was sort of, the breakup was similar too.
Mhm.
I didn't leave her, she left me.
Mm.
And at the time I was like, you're making the biggest fucking mistake of your life.
I said those
Because-
exact words to her, exactly word for word.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, well, so I get it.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that because I'm an arrogant prick or anything like
No.
that. That's not true at all.
No.
I'm saying that because it was true.
Yep. Totes. Totally.
And there's a while, and I mean, I felt like this for probably several years afterwards. I would still think about her occasionally. I still have photographs of her, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But at some point I got to where I was like, you know what? She actually made the right decision. She did me a favor, because there's no fucking way in hell I could have lived the rest of my life with this crazy bitch. And I'm not
Interesting.
going to say that applies to your situation exactly, but once I realized that, it was like this massive burden was lifted off of me, and I was like, okay, now I can actually genuinely move on.
That is very interesting, because I have obviously had that thought, and I've had that conversation with my counselor, and she has said, hey, Gloria, hey, H-Man's here. It's true, Dale's an arrogant prick. Oh my God. Hang on, we'll get to Hendrik in a second.
Shots fired.
Shots are fired right in the chat there. He's got to come in swinging, he can't just come in quietly. He's got to come in swinging his fucking sack everywhere.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah. So my counselor has said, like, in another world, if this didn't happen, where do you think you'd be now with her? And by virtue of it being May, I would be down there with Govan, like either living nearby her or living with her and looking for a job. That's where I would be. Now, in all reality, the 2 weeks, or the just shy of 2 weeks that I was down there for when you guys saw the streams and whatnot, they weren't great. Those 2 weeks weren't good. Like, there was times that was an absolute horrible time for me and her. So if we had have got through all that and come out the other side, then there needed to be some change in, like, I don't think she was actually ready for what she said she was.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Whereas I knew I was, but I don't think she was. So ultimately, it would have wound up in a disaster of a different kind, to the point where I would be coming back up here with Govan, tail between my legs, heartbroken, upset, diminished, because I gave it a shot and it didn't work. Or
Ben, and imagine if you had married this woman.
Oh, we didn't. I mean, look, I don't know about marriage, but I mean, I know I don't. I feel like I've escaped, or not escaped, but I don't think I'm ever going to have children. And we did talk about that. We never talked about marriage. I could have. I don't need the sanction of the state to approve my relationship. I don't need a marriage certificate. I knew if she had said, "Will you marry me?" I would have been like, "I've already married you in my head. We're already together forever. I don't want anything else. I want you and everything else that comes with that, which includes a lot of cool shit, which she's now," and it doesn't, but yeah. But anyway, but like,
I totally get you, man. I totally get it. Yeah.
Fuck, the stuff I was ready to do with her, man. The stuff I was ready to do for her and with her. Like, I can't talk about this because it's X-rated, but there was some. Just saying, like, we tapped into each other. Like, there was some stuff there that was like, really? And I'm like, absolutely. I want that with you. And I can't, fuck. fucking weird, man. Like to throw, but
that was quite a roller coaster ride, huh?
yeah. I want to mow the lawn and go. I want to tell you some stuff, but even now it feels too. I don't have any connection to her. So the only thing I'm protecting is my integrity, not to say all this shit, because I don't have any, like, I don't know her. Like, she's a complete nothing and a non-entity. But the stuff that.
Yeah, but you respect her enough to not say certain things.
Exactly. I respect my own. No. It's not even about her. It's about my integrity. I didn't fuck that up.
Right.
It's about me being true to me, which is why it killed me so hard, that last outgoing accusations from her, which the stuff that you've heard, that stuff was like, fucking who do you think you're talking to? Like, that's not me. Have I ever given you any indication of that with me? No. Where the fuck? Who's given you this information that you think that's who I am? That's not who I am. Like, and that's why not rectify, but to.
She did you a favor, Benin.
To process this in my head, I just keep saying she's a dum-dum. To do all that, she's a dum-dum. She knows that's not who. Like, but she needed to do it for herself. So.
Yeah. Well, okay. Again, similar to my situation where the breakup was like, caught me totally by surprise.
Fuck me, bitch.
Wrong time for that one. But I love you too, Hendrik.
Really, like ripping your heart out kind of thing, and the false accusations and all that from somebody who's not mentally stable. And I'm not saying that to criticize anybody with mental health issues at all. I'm stating it as a fact.
Yep.
Okay. And so I've been through that. And that was why I could understand what was going on with you. And yeah, man. I'm telling you, she did you a fucking huge favor.
I mean, ultimately,
take it that way.
Yeah, ultimately, like, I don't know, like, I still think about the first time I saw her. I was like, man, I just saw this girl and I was like, she is fucking goddamn.
Oh, I
beautiful.
fell in love with at first sight. The first time, I'll have to tell you that story sometime about. I don't mean to interrupt you, but. Yeah, same thing, man. I was like, oh shit, right? Go ahead.
Something about like that just, I mean, I'm working this dumb job where I drive this shuttle to the airport and I pick up these no-name people that I just put my ears in and listen to a podcast, and this one night, a year ago, few days, I get to the airport and I just this random name on my run sheet. I'm like, okay, I got to go and get this person. I'm picturing an elderly person with a walking frame or something, and there's this absolutely beautiful girl. I'm like, oh, wow.
I am a firm believer in, I don't know, whether you're religious or spiritual or whatever, but I am a firm believer in the thing about everything happens for a reason. And I think you were meant to meet. And you guys even kind of talked about that a little bit, if I remember correctly.
We did.
I think so, maybe not, but I seem to remember something like that
on a stream with her on a calling, because she there was a few there with her.
I don't remember for sure whether it was like one of our calls or I don't remember for sure, but anyway.
Okay.
I think you're going to get to a point where you're going to look back on this and say, you know what? I needed to go through that for some reason.
Yeah. Yeah,
because
maybe.
It did teach you a lot.
Yeah.
And it taught her a lot, I hope. So.
Yeah. Man, can I ask you a guidance question here? Like, okay, so at the breakup, she asked me, or more or less, well, I'm not going to use the word demand because it wasn't a demand, but she did request that I take down 3 videos of her on my channel, on the Gives a Minute YouTube channel. We had done some, and it was dash cam footage that I'd taken. One time we got caught in a hailstorm. Another time there was just a bad driver and she was abusing him. And there was another, I can't remember the third one, but there were three dash cam videos with her blurred so that you couldn't see her, but she did say after the breakup, she said, "Can you remove these videos?" To which I responded with, "Okay, I'll do that," and I did. The thing that always tripped me up, I don't know what to think of this, but she never asked me to remove all the live stuff that she's on, because those 3 videos exist. Well, they're now unlisted, so they don't exist. But she's also on like a handful, like maybe 9 or 10 different call-ins, and all the Tasmania streams. She didn't ask me to remove that. I don't understand that. Like, if she wants to remove herself from my Gives a Minute content, wouldn't it be a blanket get rid of all that shit? I don't get that.
Oh boy.
Yeah, what can you make of that?
I'm not quite sure what to say there. My impression, based on the little bit that I know, and you know that I know certain things,
Yeah.
I would play it safe and not necessarily. I don't know, man. I don't know how to respond to that because I don't want to speak for her.
Me either.
So
I wish she had just said, instead of, "Hey, remove these 3 videos," I wish she had just said, "Hey, remove everything of me on your channel." That would have been easier to understand.
Well, that was the impression that I had based on what I knew, is that she didn't want you to show anything. Like, even this would probably be really fucking cringe for her if she knew that we were even talking about, without even using the name or any of that.
Yeah,
We're
yeah.
being very respectful and not talking about 2 person. It's all, you're allowed to talk about how a relationship affected you,
Totally.
whether she likes it or not.
Yeah, totally.
Right.
There's nothing that we're not breaching anything here. I've not said her name.
Right.
I've not said her fake name. I've not said anything like to.
Right. Me either.
Yeah.
Believe me, I'm being super fucking careful with that.
How difficult is that, by the way? How difficult is it to remember? Do you know what? In my head, I used to think of her as that person. Like, I actually removed her name from and I was like, no, her name is this other name. But
blah, blah, blah.
It's kind of weird, man. It's a weird thing to do. Hey.
Yeah. So like, I've been in a relationship for years now, and I occasionally, have spoken to my girlfriend about that.
Yeah.
And just, nothing that I'm not supposed to talk about, but she was aware of that you were in love at one point and blah, 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 and all that. And, it's been several months, but there was a couple of times when I was talking to her and I would say something and she would like, "Wait, what? That's not really her name though, right?" And I was like, "Oh, yeah, but for me it is, because I just can't. I'm not gonna do that again."
Yeah.
So yeah, it was weird. It was very awkward. It was very difficult. See, you're exact opposite. You talk about fucking everything in your life.
Too much. Yeah.
And she was the exact. Well, that's for you to decide. But she was the exact opposite. She was extremely private.
Yeah.
And that was always going to be an issue.
See, I disagree with the word issue. I don't think it was going to be an issue. I think it was going to be a navigatable obstacle. I was prepared to navigate that, and I was prepared to respect her wishes. And I slipped up a bunch of times. And Portia did as well. And then, yeah.
And I did as well.
And you did, and Hendrik. And but I'll give her credit, give her credit here. In all of our after breakup arguing, she did stand by me and say, "Hey, you slipped up, but I get it. I get how that happened. It's not a big deal. You fixed it, you corrected it. It's normal for you to fuck that up."
I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
glad to hear that.
She is a reasonable person. She just makes bad decisions, is the way I see that.
Hey, I gotta piss like a racehorse, but I'm really enjoying this conversation. Can you give me a minute?
Piss like a racehorse. I'm clipping that shit, dude. I'm glad we didn't have the audio. I'm gonna clip that one. I'm pissing like a
nobody
racehorse.
clip that.
I'll clip that later, dude. Go and piss. I haven't done one yet, man. I've got to take a slash too. I guess, what is it now? 5:30. I tell you what I'll do, folks. While Dale goes out and pisses like a racehorse, I'll just cut off here. I will take a quick break and also drain the main vein. I'm going to go and see what I'm doing with the family because we're going to probably have a dinner together. I'll play my surfing clip and we'll come back and we'll hang out probably for another half an hour.
He knew exactly what that meant.
I know exactly what that means. Half an hour, we'll come back and we'll hang out for a half an hour more if Dale wants to. I'll take a slash and I'll be right back. Enjoy this surfing clip from 3 days ago. Shit, I think it's 3 days ago. 4 days ago. Can't remember. Enjoy. That's my bad. Funny. Yeah, that was muted. My bad. So I was just saying, we do have 20 more minutes here, so let's use that time wisely.
Well, I think we've been using this time pretty wisely. This has been a good conversation.
It's been good. It's you know what's great about this is that we for a long while I didn't feel like I could talk about this or I could talk like this. Now I feel like I can, and
yeah,
I think someone said this to me, and I can't remember who, but it was always going to be a matter of time until you get to that point. So
that sounds like something I might have said.
Probably more than likely. Do you want to pivot?
But hey,
a little?
I'm an arrogant prick, so.
Do you want to pivot a little and talk a little about?
We were gonna talk about Valora.
We were. We got 20 minutes to talk about Valora.
Oh, and by the way, how was the Vegemite homebrew? Was that drinkable or?
Dude, it's been fine. I don't know why it had no fizz, but it's got no carbonation. And it's a flat beer, but it's still it's like a Guinness, right? There's no carbonation to it, but it's tasty as. I don't know what happened, but it didn't like, look, I just poured that and there's like basically no.
Could it have been because it was in that plastic bottle and not a normal glass beer bottle?
It's definitely possible. And I wouldn't do that again. Yeah, that's gotta be a thing, right? Plastic, I guess but it doesn't.
Maybe it didn't seal real well.
Yeah, maybe. Cap. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I won't do that again. Don't do that again. We missed your Kipper alert on the surf though. Did the alerts not play during the surfing clip? I'll have to make sure that I add those to the overlay. Interesting.
Yeah, I don't think they ever have.
Mm-hmm. I'll change that.
I noticed a long time ago.
I'll make sure. Hey, by the way, can I just mention? Speaking of
smoke me a kipper. I'll be back for breakfast.
There it is. Speaking of women, there is a girl. It's hard to explain this. So that in high school, I probably shouldn't mention her name in case this goes somewhere, but there's a girl.
Right.
Yeah, I'll keep this. Let's give her a fake name. Let's call her Michelle. No, that's an actual girlfriend's name. Let's call her. It doesn't matter. There's this girl from high school. And I never had a relationship with her, but I was always attracted to her. Now, in this suburb where I live, I know from Facebook from years ago, she had commented one time.
Gang bang!
Not quite.
Gang bang!
She didn't comment
gang
that.
Gang bang! Gang bang!
Gang bang.
Gang bang.
Gang bang! Gang bang! Gang bang! Gang bang! Gang bang!
I definitely am further away from a gangbang than I ever have been now. But anyway, yeah, this girl, so she had made comment, oh, you're in, I don't want to say it because people know, but anyway, but you're here? And I'm like, yeah. And she's like, I've got a holiday house down there. I'm like, no shit, what? And then years and years go by. And then I find her on a dating app and I swipe right. And just tonight... Perfect. That is great timing, Hendrik. Just tonight, she swiped right back and said, Benin. She goes, do you remember me from Sutherland Shire Christian School? I cannot believe seeing you here. You're in something beach. I have a holiday house there. And I'm like, I know, we've talked about that a few years ago. I'm like, I cannot believe it's you. Of course I remember you. And she said, how funny, how the bloody hell are you? I'm going to, look, that's weird timing that all happened right now, but... Yeah, and I had a dream about her on the road trip with Marty, and I mentioned it in the road trip. On those old videos, you can I talk about it and I say, I dreamt about this girl last night. I haven't dreamt about her since high school, but there she was in my dream, and now she's.
I'm telling
so
you, man.
Weird.
There's this weird thing about connection.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Hendrik, don't be like Jake. You're getting a little out of control with the alerts. We're trying to have a conversation here. Can you calm down?
I know you guys are on tender hooks. That wasn't too bad. That was only 3 alerts.
But the gangbang one is like 12. It's fucking long.
That is a long
and
one.
You're making a really good point. Anyway.
That's true. Yo, Giggles on YouTube. How you doing, Giggle Pickles? So yeah, let's
Now, so this is a different woman than the one that you met up with at that reunion. Is that what you're saying?
yeah. So that was Janet. She's also from my high school. But before Janet, I had 2 dates before that reunion. The first one was really kind of rad. The second one was the second one was the girl. So I met a girl who's a content creator, and I was like, sick. This is sick. And I was like, this is going to be great. She's already in the space, but she made it extremely clear that I would never be on her content. And I was like,
are you talking about that?
Yeah, I was like, what? So you already do live, like she's an OnlyFans model. I'm like, well, why can't I be involved in that? And she's like, no, it's separate. I'm like, are you serious? Like, I can't. Nah, you're not going to be involved. And I'm like, so immediately I was like psyched and then let down.
So basically you're telling us she's like butt ugly.
No.
Yeah.
No, she definitely was not. She was not butt ugly.
Yeah.
That I just I didn't get it. She's like, well, if I have a relationship with you, I want to keep that stuff separate from the OnlyFans stuff. And I was like, but I want to be involved in that. Like I've got the skills, I got the tech, and I believe I might have the apparatus to be. You know what I'm saying? Like it was just horrible because, yeah. Anyway, it doesn't matter. But anyway, she just said no, and so that fizzled, and I was like, I'm not going to pursue this if that's what that is. So I guess I'm not going to faff around and I'm just not going to do it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But then we went to the reunion and had a great time. And this girl wasn't she was invited to the reunion, but she didn't turn up. But blah, blah, blah. She's like, if she has a holiday house in this suburb, that is like, I'm going to go and mow her lawns and go fishing. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I have to drop this one alert. What it do, everybody?
Holy shit, dude. Did you actually trigger that as you said it? Because that was In Sync and Backstreet Boys at the same time. Holy shit.
All right, now I can't give Hendrik a hard time. So anyway, yeah. So, okay, good. I got my head wrapped around your dating situation or whatever.
My dating situation, I'll put this out like extremely clear. I don't want a girlfriend, but I am intrigued by this Tinder stuff because that's someone I do know from way back, and we'll see. But I'm not going to fill any shoes, and I'm not looking to do that. But I'll just take it as it comes.
Yeah. Well, that's all. I think that's always wise. Just take it as it comes.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so you got what? 15 minutes left. What do you want to talk about? Because
Valora. Let's talk about Valora.
Okay, well, let's talk about Valora.
Yeah.
All right, so you go. What do you want to talk about? Actually, you know what?
Go ahead.
Okay, I'll kick it off. I want you to do me a favor. I want you to go take a look at my Valora page.
I'll bring it up, dude. I'll bring it up.
Yeah.
I can share that shiz. Let me just open it first and then bring it up. I'll do it on the Brave skis. Are we going to need? We're not going to need audio, are we? Because you don't do streams.
No. It's just I just want you to see something.
Okay, let me share.
I changed something recently. So.
Let me share a page here. Share a screen skins. Share a screen. We'll share a screen, window or app. Yes, we'll share a screen. We'll make a selection. Shit. We'll choose that one. Share this window. Okay, here we go. That's my Valora, but we'll go to Dale Skins. Go to the homepage. The T-Bone Slice is live. If I go to, that's really zoomed in. I'll zoom it back out a bit. We'll go to browse. 1,400 users, folks. There's me live. 11 viewers. Beautiful. We're going to find Dale Skins. I could find him through my channel, though, if we go down here and go to the chat. Man, I'm fucking ooh, that was interesting. I'm loving Valora, man.
I know, me too. You've got 11 viewers on Valora. That's a lot for Valora.
It is, isn't it? Yeah. I feel pretty fortunate to have. I feel like we got a good thing going on here. Where's my chat?
Buddy.
Here we go. Oh, can you type in the chat, Dale? Oh, there you are. Sorry, my bad. I got you already. Timeout, ban. No, I mean view profile. There was an obvious selection choice. Okay, so here's your profile. What to do? Water.
How do you like the banner?
Yeah, dude. Okay. Look at that banner, folks. Dale, the voice of reason. You fucking kidding me? You should have a parentheses there in brackets. Just know that you're wrong.
No, that's your thing.
That does look impressive, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's really fucking cool. A friend of mine approached me about this, and I was like, well, here's what I have in mind. And his first attempt was horrible.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, I don't like that at all. The color's wrong. This is wrong. This is wrong. Da 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 da. So then I was like, okay, try this, this, and this. And this was actually his third attempt. And I was like, I fucking love that. So if you notice the shield, so it's a knight, right? And he's holding a shield, and the shield says Dale, and the shield's out in front.
Yep.
But the sword off to the side is named Bold.
Ooh.
And it's ready.
I like that.
There's a sort of, it's like, I'm just here for protection, but if you piss me off, you're going to get a little taste of this, right? And if you notice, it says Valora, the voice of reason. It doesn't say I am the voice of reason. It says
Valora, true skins.
See, you didn't catch that at first.
I mean, I would have got it, but at this point I didn't get it. Yeah.
Yeah. So I didn't pick the voice of reason as the phrase. This friend of mine did, and I was like, yeah, for now that works until if I think of something better.
Do you know where this leads, though, man? This does lead to you streaming.
Gee, you think?
At some point, you don't have to be on camera, but you will do a stream, and you'll be like, "Hey guys, I'm Dale, and I'm streaming," and I will froth at the day that happens.
I've been thinking about it on and off. A lot of it, frankly, is dependent on, because if I'm a little bit like you in this regard, if I'm going to do it, I want to do it well. So that's going to mean buying some tech and getting some.
Ooh.
I'm not going to do it half-assed.
Can I send you my stream deck that I've got left over?
No, from Australia, it'd be cheaper for me to just buy one.
Actually, that's true. That's very true. That's true. Yeah. It cost me a fortune to ship.
I mean, I appreciate the thought, and it still blows my mind that you sent me that image that you took from in New Zealand. But yeah.
Oh yeah, you've got that. Yeah. That's rad. Yeah.
So, I mean, again, I appreciate the thought, but there's a lot to consider. It's, for me, money isn't really the issue. I'm doing quite well.
Yep. Likewise.
Luckily.
Yeah.
So it's more just about investing the time to do it right and having the right motivation and all that. Now that DLive is gone, that's kind of removed a roadblock, because I didn't want to stream on DLive because there was too many fucking assholes on that platform that I just didn't want to have to deal with all those crazy fucking idiots
and memories.
Lots of trolls, lots of no thank you.
Can we just pause to appreciate that you have 21 followers on Valora without streaming? Now, I'm sure if I go to Valora and take a look at actual streamers, this guy T-Bone Slice, he is streaming with 0 followers, dude. You got more followers than actual streamers, except for this dickhead. Let's pass this one.
except for this dickhead.
Go to browse. First stream. This guy, dude. Okay, so this channel, Sreth, we'd seen this earlier when we came through here. How do you say the handle? Where is it? It's kind of not large enough. Oh, because he's live. It's probably zoomed in too far. This person, that's a bit. Oh, did we not click it? That's weird. Okay, I thought that would bring up the channel name. That's a bit strange. Okay, just getting used to the layout here because I am zoomed right in here. How does it work?
Yeah.
I thought it would show the channel. Where's the channel name?
I don't know. It's hard to see. It's
It's a bit small. Yeah. My point is that
that's what she said. It's hard to see. It's so small.
the point here was that Dale doesn't stream, but he's got 21 followers. Can I read your bio, man?
Yeah, go ahead.
I'll do it in your beautiful American accent. What do y'all? Great to be on Valora. The platform looks very intriguing and brilliant. This is not how you sound at all. I'm doing this horribly.
No, not at all.
Not at all. I can't do it, man. But you do have an interesting way of typing, man. Like, why did you capitalize the word very and B for brilliant? Is that intent? That is intentional, right?
You're not the first person who's brought that to my attention. I don't do that at work because I would probably not be employed for very long.
Mm-hmm.
It was just a habit I picked up when I used to stream.
Okay.
For some reason, I was just fucking around one night and doing that because I wanted to like emphasize certain words. I don't remember what the discussion was, but I was talking to a few people. We were multi-streaming on stream.me, and we were talking about like finding ways to stand out from the crowd, different ways to communicate. So I was like, I should just randomly capitalize certain words. And everybody was like crapping on me for that. God, what a dumb idea. And I
But
was like, oh, yeah?
you've
So
got to
I
hit
started doing
shift,
it.
right? You do shift to do that. You got to actually press another key to do it. Like it's intentional.
Yeah, it is intentional, yes. But it's become a habit, so I don't even think about it anymore.
Okay. So it's ingrained. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I'll go ahead and read it. I won't do the accent. He says, "What a do, y'all? Great to be on Valora." I'll do it in an Aussie accent. What a do, y'all? Great to be on Valora. This platform looks very intriguing and brilliantly designed. Shout out to Corey and his team. I'm a viewer and a supporter, non-streamer. D-Live was my home for 8+ years, but it's time to turn the page and begin a new chapter. I'm looking forward to getting to know everyone and doing my part to help Valora grow. The potential here is huge. I'm a big fat dum-dum. Peace and love. He didn't actually say that.
I should fucking add that.
But by the way, you say it's time to turn the page and begin a new chapter. That you're going to stream, dude. You're streaming. That's what that tells me.
I have been thinking about it.
You wrote it in your description, man. Turn the page and begin a new chapter. Uppercase
we'll
N,
see.
uppercase C.
Yeah. I mean, look, if you would have told me a month ago, well, you kind of did. That's a bad example. If some person would have said to me a month ago, you're going to be on the Valora Community Council, I would have said, no.
I invited you, man. It took you a while to accept.
Well, you weren't the first person to invite me, by the way.
Ah, shit, really?
But I was very flattered that you did, just to be clear.
Fine.
So, but I just, for my own reasons, I was like, eh. And if you remember what I said to you, I was like, well, actually, I think you need to be on the community council. Remember when I told you that?
I remember you saying it, but I was immediately responsive to that. If they were offering, let's get rid of your screen share. If they were going to offer a place to do that, I was like, I'm down for that for sure. Like it's
well, I was already basically told, and I probably shouldn't say this, but it became pretty obvious that, let's just say, certain people who have a certain amount of maybe I shouldn't touch that. Basically, I was strongly encouraged to reconsider.
Okay.
And when you're told that by the CEO of a platform, you do that. And I'm like,
Corey reached out. Corey reached out to you and said, "Please reconsider." That's so rad, dude.
Yeah.
What a great guy.
Yeah.
That's so cool, man.
It reminded me of the early days with D-Live when I used to have conversations with some people on staff, and including Charles.
Yep.
And it's like, hey, this is a clean slate. I love the fact that you and I'm just going to say it, Elfsar, or I think he's okay with that, or on the community council. I think maybe it needs to be not a whole lot more DLive people, but that's a good number because we bring a lot of knowledge and experience for years of what works and what doesn't.
Yes.
And that's going to be important because not everybody is as knowledgeable as us. I'll say that.
Now be
about
careful.
things.
Be careful because
Yeah, I know. I'm being very vague.
we're not geniuses. Like all
No,
we have.
I don't mean it that way.
Yeah, okay. But all you and I and Elfsar have is a history, like previous experience. Doesn't mean it was the right experience. Like it was an experience, but it wasn't necessarily the right. I don't know. I mean, look, if,
we learned a lot about what works and what doesn't.
but then again,
And we can bring that to Valora.
Yeah, but someone arguing against that would say, well, then why did DLive fail? If that
because we weren't in control.
Oh, yes.
Whereas now,
okay,
we have a situation on the ground foundation level of building it the right way.
I see what you've done there, and I agree. Yeah, that's interesting to look at it that way. But my spidey senses are tingling here. My eye sponge-a-lot senses are tingling. Don't get confused. It's not our platform. Like we don't have.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
So I mean,
look, I have no unrealistic expectations. The fact
I do though. I have real unreal expectations.
Oh, I'm well aware of that. But the fact that Corey and the team are so receptive to ideas, that doesn't mean they're going to agree with everything that we say, and that's probably good.
Yep.
But they're really fucking receptive to some of our ideas, and that for me that's enough.
Yeah. Yeah, just being receptive. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, they don't have to, and there's no obligation. Like the council, and I guess this is great for the chat that is not involved in the council. The idea of this council, it's not like you guys can't say to me and Dale, hey, bring this up in the council and get it fixed. That's not what it's for. Like that's not how it works. The idea is that the council, in the way I see it, and I could be wrong here, but the way I see it is like the guys behind the platform, mainly Corey, but also Jim, these guys want to hear from the crew that are using the platform so that then they can tailor the platform to meet potential expectations and potential, not requirements, but suggestions. So I might have to just pause myself here. I feel like Poopsy's going to come in a second to tell me to wrap this up. It's a shame because we're...
Tell her. What did she call me? Daybold.
Daybold
said hi.
Well, we did say we're now at the 20-minute mark, but the point here is that we are at a great point in this evolution of Valora. Like I think that you don't have to be in the council, you don't have to be involved, but you at least know that the people behind the scenes. It's not like Tidy. Tidy was. With all respect, he was a facade. He said stuff and he explained stuff, but in actual fact, he didn't seem to have a direct line in to change anything. Whereas we actually have a tap into the guy that chooses everything. Which
okay, the way you just worded that is not accurate, but. We're going to have to do like a multi-part. I'll call in again another time when you have some more time, and we'll pick up this conversation where you left off. But that point that you just made is actually not accurate about Tidy not having a direct line in. That's not true. I know that for a fact.
Okay, I'd love to hear. I'd love to hear that about because. Yeah, I'd love to hear whatever that's.
Look, you don't give the guy, the head of the community. Stream, what was that called, the weekly DLive community stream thing, if he doesn't have a direct line into. I'm not saying he wasn't the CEO, so he didn't control maybe all the business aspect, but
yeah,
we'll talk about this in depth another time. But yeah, anyway, what was your point? I'm sorry I interrupted you.
Can you just take the fort for a second? I gotta deal with something. Can you just take the fort? I'll be right back.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay, guys. Everybody good. Listen, there's been some really good conversation in chat. Thank everybody for being here. Flo is still here. Hendrik is still here. There was a bunch of really interesting people earlier. We had Jiu-Jitsu. We had Melbourne Doug was here for a bit, but he's watching, I guess, I don't know what that was, football or something, Australian football. It's always good to have, because you guys have been here for a long time and you've seen, you're knowledgeable about things. So it's always good to see you guys around, and to offer your sort of, Hellbent for Leather was here, offer your take on like relationships and all the things that we were talking about. So that's cool, man. I'm glad you guys were here. Yeah, Aussie rules football. Okay.
Hey, I'm sorry, man. I've got to kill it. I got to end it. Like I committed to something with the family, and we've gone over. But I don't know if you. I'm not sure if you could hear that, but Portia was like hiding behind my door and scratching with the pen on my door to try to get my attention because I got my big I'm online, don't disturb me, and they know this, and they're like, we can't really disturb him, but we can disturb him slightly. So they were disturbing him.
That's actually cute.
It is.
Yeah. We'll pick this up another time. Hey, really good conversation. Thank you, and we'll talk another time.
Thank you, Dale. And can I just say, I appreciate that you offered to call up. Like I said, we can do this anytime. We can slide into a call in for anybody. It's not just Dale. For anybody in the chat that wants to call in, you're always welcome. Anybody that's watching that wants to call up, they're always welcome. I'll deviate my stream to have a call in all the time. I'd rather talk than just not. So thank you, Dale.
All right, cool. Later, man.
Thank you, man. Hey, I want to also appreciate everybody that was watching that enjoyed the content. I'm assuming if you did enjoy it, share it. I turned this background tune off because, and by the way, right now I'd normally go and host someone on Valora, but I've got to get my hell out of here. Thank you for hanging out with us. I'll be live. No, not tomorrow. Mother's Day tomorrow. I won't be live tomorrow. I'll see you Monday. I'm going to stream Monday though, because I'm not working on Monday. So I'll see you on Monday. Happy Mother's Day to those mothers out there. You gave us birth. Yeah, that's right. I came out of a mother, and did you? Yes, you did. Thanks for being here live with me, folks. Appreciate you all. Cheers. Enjoy your Saturdays. Have a good time. Don't forget to farkle in that chat. And don't do a homebrew in one of these. Don't do that. Or do it and expect that there's going to be no fizz. Yeah, we take our time. Living in the moment. I'm covering this, by the way, on my new album. My new album is called Rose Colored Glasses, by the way. I've changed it. I'm not doing Just Know You're Wrong. It's called Rose Colored Glasses. Cheers.